make it. Too many people, they don't let me down, but I keep it real, no time for hating. I'm always on that PC trying to shape my sound. See, I'm just trying to make it. I've got some people, I cannot let it down. Aiming for the top of the mountain. Not there yet, but I've left the ground. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just trying to make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah.
Child, we are back. We are back again with another one, man. Another episode on the JVJ Network. Welcome back. I'm your host. Let's talk with JVJ. Hope everybody doing all right on this nice Sunday morning. On your way in, as usual, I always forget to do this, y'all, but on your way in, as usual, man, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, turn notifications on, all that in the bag of chips. You see these channels down here, support your boy, man. We're trying to grow. Can only do it with y'all help, so help a brother out. We're touching back on the Nolan Wales trial, man, situation that's going on down there in Mississippi. If y'all don't remember what happened, I'm going to play a quick little video real fast from a news report to kind of give you a gist of it. But, once again, young man turned up unalived after going on a boat with some friends to an island. And there's a lot of speculation going on. But we got some more information coming out. We got former judges, lawyers speaking on these things. People have been hired. Autopsies are being conducted. Bodies are moving. Sugar shake, crack, move. Things are happening right now. But it's still a lot of suspicion in the air. There's a lot of speculation in the air. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the new stuff. And actually, we're going to hear from a former Mississippi judge. And he'll let you know kind of what he's looking at, what he's seeing. And he kind of knows the process down there. Like, it's better to hear from somebody that was in the system than just all of us out here just talking about it. So we're going to listen to him in a second. But Get your cigarettes, get your weed, whatever you need, y'all. We about to go ahead and get into it. We trying to do this one in and out. We're trying to be in and out, not the burger joint. I actually do want to try their burgers one day. I ain't never been I've been to Cali, but I ain't never tried in and out. I want to try to hear that shit was straight. But we about to get into it. So y'all, let's see what we got. First off, news report. Give y'all a quick little rundown on what actually transpired. And also, I'm gonna show y'all the comment section. I'm gonna show y'all the comment section underneath this ABC news report. So either way, let's go and jump into it.
The community in Ocean Springs, Mississippi is still reeling from the loss of a beloved community member, coming together for a peaceful protest to demand justice for 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Just 1 week after he went to Horn Island to celebrate the 4th of July with friends and never came home. 2 days after that trip, investigators made the heartbreaking discovery. Wells's body found in the water offshore. His parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, telling GMA they want honesty and transparency and a thorough investigation into their son's death. Authorities say his friends claimed Wells decided to stay behind on the island, but his parents say that wasn't his character. They also told GMA that when they retrieved Wells's phones, some texts appeared deleted and his Snapchat accounts were empty. Wells, a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, was expected to be back with his teammates for preseason this week. We spoke with his head coach, Les George, who says the team is devastated by the loss of a beloved teammate.
We had a team meeting that evening once everyone had moved into the dorms and settled in, and we didn't talk about football. We just talked about how the most important thing right now is that we're here for each other. And make sure that we had counselors in place for them.
Now, Nolan's parents have now flown his body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy with help from former NFL quarterback and activist Colin Kaepernick as they await results as protesters call for answers. The Jackson County Sheriff says the investigation is ongoing and welcomes that independent review. Gia?
And those parents really want those answers. All right, I think.
So y'all got the news report, right? We kind of heard the gist of what's kind of going on. Like there was a peaceful protest out there. People were pretty much just saying they're asking for answers because it's like this seemed a little suspicious to a lot of people. I know to some it don't seem like it's suspicious at all, and I'm about to show you based off these comments down here, which is very surprising because there was nothing that was said in that news report that would suggest to you that like people are calling out race and all this other stuff. Didn't say nothing about it. Just saying the boy's body turned up. They found him in the water 2 days after the 4th of July. And it's just a lot of mystery around it. Like they're getting the body flown to get an autopsy, a personal autopsy, because, they want to do a thorough thing. The family wants to do this to find out what happened to their son because ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody saying shit. So I want y'all to see some of these comments, man. This is very interesting that like these folks got this. Matter of fact, let me make myself smile right here. We're gonna go right here. Matter of fact, no, we go to this side. Like it's like first comment. Well, 56 minutes ago, y'all. Finding racism where none exists. That'll make it end. Who said anything about race? Just wondering, who said anything about race? Next person. 5 people were killed and 23 were hurt in shootings, assaults, and stabbings across Chicago over the 2026 Independence Day weekend, according to the Chicago Police Department. What does that have to do with the news report? What is the significance of bringing up Chicago? I'm pretty sure I can tell y'all who these people voted for. I can pretty much tell you what type of person this is right here. They're talking about the death of a young black man. Nobody's been accused of doing anything. Yes, he was out there with his white friends, but nobody's accused anybody of doing anything. And y'all coming in here throwing shit in the comment section talking about Chicago? Look, if you want to talk about Chicago, we're going to talk about y'all touching these little kids. How about that shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, it just shows you how deflection, just trying to just troll, and like, it's crazy. A young man lost his life. And this is what y'all do. And then y'all cried about Charlie Kirk, bro. Y'all cried about Charlie Kirk after he sat around and talked all that shit about black people, and then somebody in your community popped his ass. Y'all wanted people fired from their job. This young man lost his life. We don't know how he lost his life. We're trying to figure out why. People just want answers, and y'all are literally coming in saying racist shit. Who made it about race? Y'all did. Next comment. Do we even know how he died yet? And how in the F is Colin Kaepernick going to help an investigation? What the F ever happened in this world? What the F is even happening in this world? So it's weird and it's crazy that an athlete is spending some of his money to help the family do some of the shit they need to do to get like the autopsy, independent autopsy, help with the lawyers and shit. That's crazy to them. That's crazy to them. How many times they done had entertainers, athletes, or whatever the hell donate money to fucking bullshit causes? Shit, y'all got Kid Rock fucking goddamn captain support Trump motherfucker. Y'all don't say nothing about that. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's like, why is it all these? I don't get it. Look, you can't describe racism because it don't make sense. It's illogical. To be racist to be illogical. And you see these people coming in like, this has nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick. This has nothing to do with Chicago. This like nobody even said anything about racism. Y'all are bringing this shit in. And then the conversation gets started. It's like, okay, if y'all are sitting out here, y'all don't know nothing about the situation. Y'all don't know nothing about these people. You never met them, but you're willing to come out and just automatically just start saying racist shit. Bro, you even know what the fuck it is and you're trying to cover up for it. Like, you even see what the fuck it looks like to everybody else and you're trying to throw shade in the way. Because that's all it can be, y'all. That's all it can be. Because these people can't, like, come on now. Let's see, if it was a group of only black friends and all you would hear is crickets shaking my head. If it was a group of only black friends, all you would hear is crickets shaking my head. I got a better one for that person. I got a better one for J Wayne. It was a group of black kids and one white kid, and the one white kid came up missing, and all the black kids ain't saying nothing. I'm pretty sure I know what tune y'all will be drumming to. I know what tune y'all be drumming to. But look, y'all, that's just the comment section, these sick ass motherfuckers in there. And it's like, dude, nothing in that report said anything about race. They didn't try to make it about race or nothing like that. They were just talking about the situation of a young man coming up missing and the efforts to try to figure out what's going on. That's all that was spoke on in that video. And the racists came right out the woodwork, y'all. They couldn't help themselves. And anybody want to say I'm over here being hyperbolic about it, y'all see the shit, bro. What's the point of bringing up Chicago with a situation that happened of a black man drowning in Mississippi? They're trying to dismiss what happened to that young man, and it looks suspicious. So it's like, if you're willing to dismiss this, and it looks very suspicious, we really should ask some questions about, okay, what the fuck is really going on around here? And why y'all on that type of time? Like, if a white woman lost her life in LA getting stabbed by an illegal immigrant, you think we're going to turn around and say, well, you know, they got a war going on in Russia and Ukraine. It's like, you were looking at it like, why, what does that even have to do with her? But, you know, it's perfectly fine when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Either way, though, we're sliding over to the main part of the video, y'all. We're going to hype news, man. We got a former judge from Mississippi, and he's going to speak on this a little bit and give a little bit more information, because I told y'all there was a lot of people lawyering up, a lot of people, you know, deleting their social media accounts and stuff, going private. It was a lot of suspicious stuff going on. Well, he got a little bit more inside information on this. So either way, though, shout out to Hype News, even though I don't like the way they do their shit sometimes. But we gonna see what they talking about.
Love Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba. Following the latest surrounding the mysterious death of Nolan Wells, a black teen in Mississippi whose body would be found washed ashore after his friends allegedly would leave him on a remote island, a former Mississippi judge is now speaking up and highlighting some key issues he sees with the case. According to former judge, now attorney Carlos Moore, who served in a municipal court in Mississippi for a little over 6 years, someone should have been arrested by now for several different reasons. Moore, who would end up being pushed from the bench after previously speaking out against racial discrimination on social media while serving as a judge, would take to his Facebook page on Friday night for over 30 minutes to air out questionable behavior he sees with how local.
Now, picture what he just said, y'all, real quick. Like, what did he say? He got kicked off the bench for what? He got kicked off the bench, y'all. He got kicked off the bench. What did he get kicked off the bench for?
After previously speaking out against racial discrimination on social media while serving as a judge, would take.
So a judge speaking out against racial shit while being a judge in Mississippi will garner your ass getting kicked off the bench. Think about it. In Mississippi, you got a judge speaking up for what's right and speaking against what's wrong. In Mississippi, will get you kicked off the bench. I'm gonna say it again, y'all. That like, come on, think about the world we live in, y'all. So this judge, he a former judge. He got kicked off the bench for speaking against racial injustice and shit, racial discrimination.
After previously speaking out against racial discrimination on social media while serving as a judge, will take to his Facebook page on Friday night for over 30 minutes to air out questionable behavior he sees with how
That's just like, hold up, where Bernie Mac at, man? Where Bernie at? Where Bernie at for that? You get kicked off the bench in Mississippi for speaking out against racial injustice and shit. Wrongs being done to your fellow citizens in America, they'll kick you off the bench for that.
That ain't right. That ain't right. It ain't right.
That's wild. Let's continue. And that's the so-called sheriff that's over this investigation and shit. Don't he look like the up and up kind of guy?
local officials are handling the case from the inside.
It's time out for playing games. It's time to know the truth from someone well versed in it that has actual experience. I've worn the robe, the black robe, and I've presided over these trials or preliminary hearings, arraignments, and initial appearances. Let's get started. So what do we know? We know after watching the parents' interview and reviewing tons of footage from social media, recounting interviews and statements of alleged witnesses that were on Horn Island, we know that Nolan Wells went to spend the night on July the 3rd with his so-called friends. And he went with those so-called friends to Horn Island on a boat on July the 4th. We know that out of the 4 people on that boat, 1 did not return home. That 1 person was Nolan Wells. The other 3 returned home as normal and said nothing to any member of law enforcement or to the Coast Guard until at least 11 p.m. at night on July the 4th. We know that at least 1 of the so-called friends was found with the phone of Nolan Wells. And we know this based on the testimony of the parents, specifically the mother, who tracked the phone and was led to the home of one of the young men where she retrieved the phone. We also know that based on the mother's testimony that...
Oh, let's stop right there real quick. So pretty much, okay, y'all left y'all friend on the island. Y'all called the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. about something pertaining to him. And you hold on to this man's phone. Like, y'all didn't even go talk to his parents. Y'all didn't take the phone to the parents. The mama had to track you down. Y'all left with the motherfucker. All right, look, I'm trying to tell you, suspicion already going up. I know some people over here, especially last time we talked about this, want to come over here and say all this other stuff. Well, you just drowned and all this stuff. We don't like this shit is suspicious, man. Let's continue.
Snapchat. There were no Snapchats from the day, which was very odd for her son. We also know that text messages were deleted.
Okay.
We know
that. Okay, so now we deleting Snapchat threads on the man's phone. We're deleting his text messages on his phone. Nothing to see here, right?
Know that when she was tracking the phone, Live 360 said the phone was one place, and Snapchat said it was another place. We know that the boy that had the phone did not voluntarily turn it over or call first. He had to be found through their own investigation. We know that based on witnesses' account, the so-called friends were seen on July the 5th, that Sunday, having breakfast together like nothing had happened. They were not out there searching for their so-called friend.
All together having lunch the next day. Y'all know y'all dude missing. Y'all call the Coast Guard. Next morning, let's get him go get some breakfast, man. You know, go get some breakfast and shit. What about Nolan, man? Fuck that nigga. Hey, that's some friends right there.
We know that the so-called friends deleted their social media.
Why would you do that?
Deactivated their accounts and scrubbed it clean if the allegations are correct. We know that the young man that had the car at his house did not willingly turn over the keys. At first, he said that he did not have the keys. He didn't know where they were. Then he, after being pressed by the father, he finally turned over the keys.
But y'all trying to steal the man's car too? Y'all trying to steal the man's car too? Okay.
This is all very suspicious activity.
Just saying.
We know that based on an audio recording and some video that Nolan Wells can be heard saying, "Give me my freaking keys." Excuse me, "Give me my freaking phone." And there's been two different versions. Some say he said, "Give me my freaking phone," or some say he said, "Give me my MF phone." Regardless, he was asking or demanding his phone. Someone had his phone who did not have permission to have his phone. So the first thing I see, the simplest thing I see, is who had his phone and why? And was that theft of the phone? Sometimes we look at the largest case, we try to get to murder, but the person that took his phone committed a crime right there. There are witnesses to who took that phone.
See, that's why I'm glad that he came on here to talk about this. He actually spoke out about this because a lot of people are caught up in just the major issue. Like, look, somebody might need to be charged with murder right here for this kid. Somebody might need to be, and it seems like it's coming from this group over here because they acting real weird and acting real suspicious. And the way they move is very suspicious. You know, you walking through a neighborhood with a hoodie on, it's suspicious to them, but this ain't suspicious. For some reason, this ain't suspicious right here. But you walking through the neighborhood with a hoodie on is suspicious. There are a lot of things that people can be charged with off of this situation right here that ain't nobody even speaking about it. He gonna speak about a lot of them. And I'm gonna stop every time he say one of them. So right now we got theft. We ain't nobody talking about that, but somebody can be charged with theft. You got him on audio yelling to get his phone back. Somebody took his shit and they ain't give it back to him. And he never ended up with his phone. They ended up with his phone. So yeah, you can charge somebody with theft off of that.
David signed, an arrest warrant could be signed by a judge in Mississippi to go after that person that had that phone unlawfully. Mm-hmm. We know, based on his own words, Nolan Wells' words while he was alive, he did not give whoever had that phone permission to have that phone. So was that theft? I think if an affidavit is signed, if it was presented to me when I was a judge, I would have signed an arrest warrant for the person for theft of that phone, based on what I've heard. It had to be an affidavit format, but if it was presented to me in affidavit format from law enforcement, I would sign the arrest warrant for, at least at this point, theft of the man's phone. We know who had it. We know who didn't report it to the family. The family had to go find it. And we know that Nolan Wells said, give it back to him. And evidently it was not given back to him.
That's like open and shut case Johnson right there. That whoever had his phone that they got it from, they can literally charge that person. There's enough evidence there to actually charge them. But we're gonna keep going because there's other things we need to talk about. But because, you know, they don't want to speak on that shit. Like a lot of folks were really like, remember when we just had the child situation where they shot that little boy running away? They want to talk about all the things that he possibly did that was possibly wrong for him to getting shot and deleted out here. Well, don't get mad at motherfuckers pointing out every little small detail, like how y'all try to do and try to picnic. And the sad thing, the only thing they ever had was the kid had a gun. He never pointed at nobody, never stole no water, none of that shit. But they was perfectly fine with the speculation of he did something wrong by having that gun. Somebody stole a phone out here. That's what it seemed like to me. Somebody stole a phone, so they should be charged. Let's go. Let's keep going. Law and order, right? Law and order.
Why was that?
With Walmart's back to college funds, your room can fully match your passion. She's a
I don't even know why Walmart. I don't even understand why Walmart even do commercials, y'all. Everybody know about Walmart. Walmart is everywhere in every city. Like, why do you even have to advertise? Like, at this point, Walmart, y'all don't have to advertise nothing no more. People gonna go to Walmart. I don't know why though.
All of the other things I've stated, you piece it together. Is there enough right now for arrest warrants for murder? That is a good question. I do know at this point, there should have been search warrants signed by a judge. Evidence should have been presented to a judge by now. We are nearly 7 days after July the 4th, when he was first reported missing. There should have been evidence submitted by Jackson County law enforcement agents, the sheriff's department specifically, presented to a judge so that search warrants could be signed by the judge, and there needs to be.
Real quick, y'all, like, and he's saying that search warrants should be done. And I know there's some people out here is like, why? It's like, look, this kid came up missing. The last people he was seen with, that's usually who you go to in an investigation. Y'all just think about it. It's a missing person or a person that's been deleted and y'all found the body. The first people you would go to is the last people that the motherfucker was with. They not even doing that. You should be getting search warrants to go through these motherfucking phones, see what was going on in these conversations shit, because something seems suspicious. This person came up missing. They not doing none of that down there, bro. The judge, the sheriff already came out right from the get-go and said he don't see any foul play. Hey, bro, you ain't even had an autopsy yet. Like, bro, they not doing nothing that they supposed to do. And he literally came out and said, I'm not going to treat this case any differently than any other case. Like, he came out and said that. It's like, why would you have to say that if you do that as, like, that's the norm around here? No, you said that to try to make it seem like that's what you're doing, but all your actions are showing that you're treating this shit a little differently. You ain't even talked to the kids that he was with. Like, what are you talking about?
There should have been someone questioning the young men, the three so-called friends, and others, and the social media accounts need to be searched by now.
Yeah.
Or at least a search warrant should have been issued for the appropriate entities to give the law enforcement access to the social media information.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, if it was a group of black dudes that went out on a boat with one white dude and he didn't come back, I'm trying to tell you, they would have been in them niggas' phones the very next day. The very next day. Like, and we all know that. If it was a group of Asians and the one white kid didn't come back, bro, they would be in them Asian folks' phone. They would be in their phone. You know they would. Them motherfuckers get search warrants for anything. These judges be signing off on anything. This is actually a legit thing that you might want to get a search warrant to go see. Like, something suspicious, we need to see your phones. We need to see your phones. Like, this kid came up missing. He was with y'all last. Y'all can't tell us nothing for real, so we need to see your phones. And the sad part is, y'all, we not even really trying to talk to you, so they can't even get to that point. It's crazy.
That should have been done by now. I'm not telling you what I imagine. I'm telling you what the process usually is when you're trying to do a thorough investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And based on what's revealed from a thorough investigation, I do believe once the evidence is secured, it's going to lead, and it should lead to the arrest of one or more individuals for the murder of Nolan Wells. All of the actions are very suspicious, and right now they lead one to believe that one or more persons could have been involved with the death of Nolan Wells.
And look, y'all, in the last video that I showed y'all, where they were just doing the news report, I was trying to show y'all the comment section down below. I didn't scroll down far enough to get to one comment. It was a comment inside of a batch of comments. But literally, you had people in there literally arguing in the comment section talking about he probably passed away because he went in the water to pee and got swept away. That's what was in the comment section. And I'm like, for somebody like me that's a really good swimmer, I done been in the ocean many times. I was a football athlete, played basketball, all that would do stuff, just like this kid. He seemed like he in better shape than I am right now. And I just came from the beach. Bruh, ain't nobody getting swept away from going to pee. Like, why would you, then how far you think you had to go to pee in the ocean? Like, I'm just like, he had to go pee and he got swept away. Like, where the fuck did that theory come from? And then, is that even logical? Like, you don't even, man, I know people that be standing right next to your ass in a goddamn pool and piss right beside you. Why the fuck would he go deep out in the fucking ocean to go pee? The tide don't be pulling that hard close to shore. So he would have had to go far out to go pee to get swept away by a rip tide, a rip current, or whatever the fuck. It's not gonna happen right there at the shore. So I'm like, these people just saying crazy shit in the comment section. I'm like, dude, y'all are really like trying to throw, like, that's the shit that be getting me. It be the people that say they're not racist, they don't support racism, but for some reason they always run a defense for it. It's like, you claim you not this, but you running defense all the time. Like, motherfuckers say they don't want to celebrate certain holidays because it's based off of some racist ass shit, and they get around and get offended. It's like, but I'm not racist though. Why are you offended? It is about, like, saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Y'all read the third, the whatever the fuck that shit's called, the third whatever the fuck on it. That motherfucker tell you this ain't no place for no niggas. And they was saying that shit. They just cut it out because they want to make it PG for everybody. But that's a part of the song. That dude was a fucking racist that wrote that bitch, and you got little black kids singing that shit. They get mad when they don't want to sing. I'm like, look, bro, y'all running defense for some shit, and I don't get why they do that. Stop running defense if you claim you're not on this type of time. But it's some more things that they can actually charge people on. He gonna keep speaking on this shit.
Right now, we have a lot of unsworn testimony, but once that is put into affidavit format, and there is corroborating evidence through social media, computers, or otherwise, I believe that at that point, there will be enough evidence for a judge to sign an arrest warrant. I think critical evidence that's missing right now are the results of the autopsy, the state's autopsy and the independent autopsy. That's going to be critical information. And that alone, or that in connection with what's already known, may be enough to lead to an arrest or arrest. We do know at this point, low-hanging fruit, there should be an investigation about the underage drinking, who provided the alcohol.
Because we did see that, right? We did see that, right? Like in the pictures that they actually are putting up. Like this let you know how wild this is, because these motherfuckers don't give no fuck. The pictures that they've been showing of them on the boat, yo. Them kids are drinking them goddamn bullshit ass seltzer fucking alcoholic drinks. And Celsius and all that bullshit. I don't even know why white people like the taste of that shit. I went to one of my former coworkers' houses one time, and she was like, "You want something to drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a drink." And she brought me back that bullshit. I tried it, y'all. Man, look, I drink beer. Man, I gave her that shit back. I don't want that bullshit. I don't want no goddamn. That shit is nasty. Look, for real. They got pictures of them drinking, and it's in plain sight. And literally, he's the first person that brought up underage drinking. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have an issue with that, because I promise you, it was a picture of a bunch of black kids fucking drinking. They would have fucking said something about it. I'm just like, there's a lot of underage drinking going on out there. They got pictures of them showing them on the boat drinking. What are these parents doing? What are these white parents doing with their kids? They're allowing their kids to drink underage?
Those
and posted on social media.
Individuals could be immediately arrested based on if there was any sworn testimony presented to a judge. I believe a judge could immediately sign an arrest warrant for those who provided the alcohol to underage individuals. Yep. There's a lot of people and a lot of potential crimes, some misdemeanors and felonies that people could be held accountable for.
With Walmart's back to college fines, your room can fully
damn
match your
Walmart.
passion.
They own it.
She's a plant science girly for real.
They got a holiday or something coming up. They trying to sell
some
shit.
Peak dorm room.
Oh, back to school shit. Okay, yeah, they trying to get their back to school products up out of there. Hey, y'all want to know something funny, man? The way Walmart like to get their products and stuff, like y'all be thinking like, oh man, it's the new shit. They done drop this shit, man. That be the shit from the year before. Like they do their drops in advance. Like they order all this shit months and months and months and months in advance just to drop it later on. That's old shit when you buy it. It'd be new to you, but it's old to them. They were trying to get up off this shit. That's why they doing them commercials. They trying to get rid of that old shit.
Was there any boating while intoxicated?
Definitely had to be. If they was out there drinking, obviously that's the case. Like shit, there's a lot of shit you can charge these motherfuckers with. I'll bet if you're really trying to get down to the nitty gritty. Because once motherfuckers start getting charged, people start talking. Once that pressure start getting on people, people start talking, and we can find out what the fuck is really going on. But they still need to be held accountable for all the things they did. They were out there drinking. You driving that boat. All right, come on now.
Who was the captain of the boat? And what did he allow on his boat? If there were any illegal drugs possessed by anyone.
We know it's drugs out there. Hey, y'all, if it was a party of some white kids on the island, bro, you know some drugs out there. You know good and goddamn well some drugs out there, y'all. They probably had all the drugs. Like, bro, they probably had the pills, the powder, the weed. They damn sure had beer. They had all the drugs out there. You already know that, man. I know white people party and they get fucked up. They get fucked up. And that's why I be tripping when they be the main ones talking about drugs in the black community and shit. I'm like, bitch, y'all the number one buyers of drugs. Y'all love drugs. Like, I'm like, you just want to put it off on somebody else and make it seem like everybody else is a goddamn criminal about this shit. Y'all love drugs. That's why the cartel and them shit keep getting shit into America. Know why? Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers going and getting that shit. The number one plug in America is a white man. It's like, it ain't no black person. I promise you that.
Drugs are still illegal in Mississippi. At least they were when I was on the bench. Drug possession, drug use, selling of drugs, dealing drugs, trafficking drugs. We've heard testimony, or allegations at least. I don't think anything's been put in affidavit format yet, about rampant drug use among certain individuals. So there are a lot of things that's been alleged. Once put into the correct format, affidavit-wise, it could lead to...
I'm gonna lie, man. I'm getting tired of this nigga say affidavit, man. I'm like, bro, we got it.
Arrests for several things, including misdemeanors and maybe even felonies. So there's a lot left to do. We are not rushing to judgment, but I just thought I would come on here and tell you that there definitely should be search warrants issued by now. And there could be arrest warrants for certain crimes issued by now. But for the ultimate crime of murder, it is probably wise to wait to see what the autopsy reveals, or the both autopsies reveal, and then parcel that together.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of folks in our community over here are just acting like, man, look, we just need some answers about this, and we want to get the autopsy so we know what happened to him. But or at least try to get some gist of what happened to him. But it's like on the other side, it's like, and it's honestly, everybody should be on this side of like, we want to know what happened to this young man. But on the other side, it's like, I ain't drowned. I got swept away by the tide before. I almost lost my life cleaning my boat. It's like y'all doing all that, like y'all just want to dismiss this young man's death. Like his life meant nothing. But y'all want to deport all illegals out of the country because one random ass Hispanic dude, homeless and drunk and fuck, shot a gun on a goddamn pier in California and then ricocheted and killed a white woman. It's like, I don't get y'all, like, it lets you know what people value and what they actually care about. A random white woman getting killed by accident by illegal, you want to get all illegal immigrants out of the country. Black kid turns up drowned in a pool with all his white friends being there with him, and drowned in the ocean, and y'all just like, ain't nothing to see here. It's interesting.
With all the video footage, all the witness statements taken, any affidavits gathered.
He just again. This nigga need to stop saying the word affidavit. I ain't gonna lie, let's get him on there. Every time he say it, I'm hitting the iron. Every time he say it, I'm hitting the iron.
And then make a decision, get it all to a judge at that point, for a judge to decide whether or not to sign a warrant for the arrest of one or more individuals. It will be very interesting to see what the autopsy shows. There's also the potential for kidnapping It needs to be looked at whether or not it can get to murder. Was there a kidnapping? Was this young man taken somewhere against his will at any point? Was there abuse of a corpse even after he died? So there's a lot of things that need to be looked at from various law enforcement perspectives. Law enforcement has to do their job and get the information to a judge in the right format before a judge can act. Had I still been on the bench, if I wanted to act, I could not act unilaterally. I would have to wait till law enforcement brought me the evidence in the right format before I could sign an arrest warrant, before I could sign a search warrant. And so that's how the process works. That's how the process works. And so
He need to tell whoever in his kitchen to get the hell out of his kitchen while he doing a video. They right here just messing with dishes and shit. Like, bitch, you see I'm recording something? Like,
I'm happy to be a retired judge. I'm always going to shoot it to you straight with no chaser. Straight with no chaser. I would tell you the God honest truth. I can tell you this one thing. I may have been born at night, but I was not born last night. And one thing about it, you cannot fool the informed. I've been on the inside. I know the process, and we will not sit quietly and allow this to be swept under the rug. I will call your hand. I will call your hand. You are not going to play these people for a fool. You are not going to play these people for a fool. We know the process. We know what you should be doing. And by God, I plan to make sure you do it.
and think about this, y'all. Like, if it is what the other side that's dragging ass and not doing what the fuck they need to be doing, honestly, when it comes to this situation, if it is what they say it is, why are you doing all this? Is it just to show just a lack of respect for the black community and black folks as a whole? Like, that's why you just giving a piss poor effort with trying to figure this out? Because if it is what you say it is, if y'all just did y'all job, y'all be done with this already. Y'all wouldn't be having to have people come on the internet like me, him coming on the internet saying shit, all these different channels covering this situation. If it literally, he just happened to drown, it was an accidental drowning, there's nothing to fucking see here. If y'all just did y'all job and did it correctly, we wouldn't be here. It'd be over with. Just another story, unfortunate black kid drowned. You know them niggas can't swim. It would be done. But it's like y'all doing everything to throw, like it's just too much suspicious shit going on. And then you wonder why people are opening their mouths and saying something. I don't think you're crazy for questioning this shit right now. I don't think you're crazy for that. But let them tell it. Y'all just want to make something out of nothing. It's like, nah, just do your fucking job and we'll find out when y'all get done, right? Why y'all throwing all this smoke in the way? Bitch, we can see.
We're going to call you out each and every time. There is a process. What I do know is, had the roles been reversed, by now, there would likely have been already arrests made. It wouldn't have taken all 6 days, 7 days, whatever the amount of days it's going to take.
Right.
You're goddamn right.
I'm trying to tell y'all, and we all know this. We all know this in America. I don't care how many people want to sit around and try to act like this would not be the case, but we always do that, flip the roles. If there was a group of three black dudes and one white dude, and they went on an island, and the black dudes came back, and the white boy ended up coming up missing and dead in the water, bro, they would have arrested one of them black kids by then. They would have already went through their phones and all that shit by now. We know that. Like, I don't care how people try to sit around and act like that's not the case, bro. We know that. This is America, especially in Mississippi. Think about that. If 3 black dudes went on a boat with a white dude somewhere and the white dude didn't come back, you telling me they wouldn't have fucking talked or at least arrested some of them motherfuckers by now? It's been over 7 days. Like, come on now.
Roles in reverse, justice, the wheels of justice spin quickly.
They do.
Somebody would have been arrested for something by now. But since the roles are what they are, we are expected to be patient, and they're going to cross every T and they're going to dot every I in the investigation before they make a move, because of the people that are potentially involved. And that's the way the criminal justice system works, unfortunately. If you have access to power or money, in some instances, if you're the right color or the right hue, you will get the benefit of the doubt.
And he ain't lying. I don't care how many people in America want to keep acting like that's not the case. Dude, you know how many rich people, like famous rich people, they get charged with crimes and shit? Man, they negotiate themselves, turn themselves into the police. You do that dumb, like you get charged with something, man, they'll knock your goddamn door down and come and grab your ass out the house. The more money you got, the more privilege you get. If you got the right skin tone, the more privilege you're gonna get in this country. We know that. That's not a lot of him saying that. It's not, oh, he just been on the internet, black. We know that. We know that men get charged for crimes at a higher rate than women do. We know that black men get charged for higher crimes than white men. We know that black women, so on and so forth. We know how it go. The more money you got, the better chance you get. You got Ghislaine Maxwell, y'all, trafficking all these girls around all around the world to all these rich billionaires, proven guilty as fuck. Send her to a nice prison because, you know, she's friends with the president. We know how this system works. For all those that want to sit around and deny it, it's like, okay, you really stupid. You ain't got your eyes open. You ain't woke. Like they're like, hey, I'm not woke. We see, because your eyes closed as fuck to what the fuck is going on around you. Nah, we know how the system works.
And regardless of all of that, based on what I've heard, not in the affidavits I've seen, if the affidavits come to support what I've heard. Again!
He gotta stop saying that fucking word, bro. It's getting on my nerves hearing him say affidavit, bro.
I do believe, especially with the autopsy, once that is in, and then if we look at the body to see if there were any bruises or anything else, it should lead to the arrest of one or more individuals for murder, for accessory to murder, for conspiracy to commit murder, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and a list of other possible things. But right now, I could say that based on that video evidence of him demanding his phone back, someone could immediately be arrested for theft, wrongful conversion of his property.
And that's where you would want to start if you're really trying to get some information. Like, let's say like you're not even really going to push the theft thing that hard, but you got enough reason to bring this person in and book them. Let's say you're not even going to try to prosecute them for real on this shit. Like, we ain't really tripping on that. Nobody really care about that, bro. People take phones all the time, and you can chalk it up to that type of shit. But at least you could get the investigation really started to try to get some answers if you were really trying to investigate this shit. They're not doing that, bro. They're not doing that. So it's like they don't give a fuck.
With Walmart's back to college funds, your room can fully match your passion.
She's a plant science girly.
Jesus Christ, man. You motherfuckers like they going back to school or something. Back to school sales going crazy. And they keep showing this same commercial, bro. Y'all didn't do a couple different commercials with Walmart?
So, and once you make that first arrest, you start putting pressure on people.
Yeah. That pressure on.
It becomes very serious at that point. No one wants their loved ones sitting behind bars, even jail bars, definitely not prison bars. So it becomes very serious at that point.
Some people do. I ain't gonna lie. There's some people that I wouldn't mind being behind jail, like being in jail right now. I think they're a menace to society.
And there are persons of interest that should have been interviewed by now.
Yeah.
Should have been questioned, picked up, and taken to the station, even if they didn't voluntarily go. There are certain people that should be classified as suspects by now.
Yes. Yeah.
They should not just be persons of interest. They should be actual suspects. I do not agree with the sheriff saying right now foul play is not suspected. He should have said right now it is too early to tell one way or the other if he was going to say anything and try to be fair and impartial. Because all of this suspicious stuff, the suspicion and the actions of the individuals themselves lead you to believe that something is awry.
And anybody with two brain cells could understand that. And he is right. With the sheriff come out and saying that there's no foul play. It's like, nigga, you ain't even fucking had an autopsy done or nothing. You just said that right off bat. Yeah, he drowned. No, nothing suspicious about it. Like right off bat, you ain't did no investigation at all. Like, and people don't think that was suspicious. Like, nigga, you in on it? Like, you in on it? And in the way that they're moving, the way that the people are moving, the people that you would want to contact or you would want to get in touch with because they were the last ones to be seen with them and shit, you would want to talk to them. And y'all ain't, bruh, they moving weird, bruh. It's like, come on, bruh. Like, it honestly, you say when there's smoke, there's usually a fire. Bruh, there's some smoke over there, bruh. We don't know if it's a fire, but it is some smoke over there.
And the stories are not adding up. The stories are not adding up. So if you believed that he stayed with a young lady, why were you calling the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. at night on July the 4th? And why did the Coast Guard somehow forget that and then remember it? And
make that make sense. Because the Coast Guard initially denied that they got a call. They was like, oh, no, we did get a call. It's like, what? Y'all?
It's just very strange. And why would you lawyer up before there is even a body found? If my best friend...
Why would you lawyer up before anybody even talk to you? Police ain't even talk to these motherfuckers. Why you getting a lawyer? Obviously, they ain't looking at you. Why you getting a lawyer?
And died by drowning accidentally. The last thing I'm going to be doing is hiring a lawyer. I'm going to be too busy grieving my friend's accidental death. And I would not, in my wildest imagination, ever think that anyone would suspect me of a crime. Accidents happen all of the time. All of the time. And one thing about it, if I had been there when he drowned, I would probably have been so exhausted from trying to save him that I wouldn't have time to think about hiring a lawyer or time for my parents to think about hiring a lawyer. And if I am recalling things correctly, I do believe that one of those young people's parents went out to the island. Now, this is a bunch of young folks. I believe one of the mothers got on Facebook and said she went to the island at some point. Why was she there? What was she doing? She was not in their age group. I don't know too many parents that go to a teenage gathering or young person's gathering. What was she doing? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, man, you really want to get down to it, man, because you know we've been having a big epidemic of it that people don't want to really talk about, man. A lot of these older folks in that community, they like to mess with kids, man. Maybe that mom was out there, look, could have been out there checking on her kid, I guess. Could have been out there trying to check on one of her kids' friends, I guess. Like, you don't know. They like to fuck with these kids, bro. They like to fuck with them, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, she mad at her husband or some shit. Probably gonna get some young dick. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we need to figure something out about that. She went out there. Okay, what'd you see when you was out there? What was you doing while you was out there? Questions need to be answered. We need answers, y'all.
I'm not even on the bench anymore, but I'm very curious to know what she was out there doing and who she may have been coaching.
Oh, I forgot. She could have been the plug for the drugs. I'm just saying, man, we need to know. We need to know, y'all.
What she may have been an accessory to. It's very odd that she was out there, because I'm sure she was not on the guest list.
Probably not, unless she was a drug dealer.
When I tell you I'm tired, it's because I am. It's time for us to have the knowledge. I got my law degree in 2002. So you look at somebody that has nearly a quarter of a century of experience.
Give that brother a round of applause.
In the legal realm. I spent 6.5 years on the bench. I am not going to mislead you, because too many of us have gone along to get along for too long. I have to meet my makers face in peace.
And see, like, you know, like when we be calling out, like, I know I do it over here. I call out, like, white folks say certain things and we know who they referring to and shit. Like, you know, like dog whistles. That's what they like to call them. This is a dog whistle to the black community when he says certain things like, hey, brother. Eric, here, brother. I hear. Been going along for too long just to get along. Brother. Like, I just be hearing that shit. That shit funny as fuck. Like, you ain't got to prove you black to me, bro. We see you black.
I have to look myself in the mirror. I'm not going to betray you. Enough is enough is enough. I know no one wants to see their loved one go to prison or be held accountable. But if the shoe fits, you might as well.
Hold on. I'll let him say that one more time.
I'm not going to betray you. Enough is enough is enough.
Brother. Uh-huh.
I know no one wants to see their loved one go to prison or be held accountable.
That part.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
No. A lot of us should want everybody, including our loved ones, to be held accountable if they do something wrong. If you don't want nobody to be held accountable, how the fuck you even raising your kids? You ain't gonna hold your kids accountable when they mess up and do something bad. You ain't gonna so you just don't discipline your kids. Like don't say that statement right there. I understand what you're trying to say, but nah, nigga, that yeah, we got a lot of folks out here that want to see people be held accountable, especially their loved ones.
But if the shoe fits, you might as well get ready to wear it. No one is above the law.
We hope, but we kind of seeing that some people are. If you got enough money, enough power, enough influence, you can get away with a lot of shit in this country. And that's kind of the same way around the world too, but we live here, so we got to talk about here.
And if you can't do your job because you're friends with certain people, you need to recuse yourself. Recuse yourself and let somebody that can do their job correctly do it. I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone may have about the process or anything I just said. There is a criminal justice process. And I know how things should go. And when they don't go as they should, you have to ask yourself why. Again, I'm Judge Carlos Moore. I've been coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been living here now nearly 3 years, but Mississippi is home. The Gulf Coast is home. I know several members of the Wells family and the Wansley family, and again, they have my deepest condolences for their loss. It's tragic. Tragic folks that you trusted your loved one to spend time with. Left an island without having the decency to account for your son.
Right, and y'all really think about that, man. That's grounds to get your ass jumped in the black community. Like on some real ass shit, even if the motherfucker came back alive, it's like, so you left my brother where? You left my cousin where? You left my son where? Like you just did. He went with y'all and y'all just left him. Knock your ass the fuck out. What the fuck wrong with you? Like some people don't play about that shit. Some people don't play about that shit, bro. Like you took my child, so I let my child, like parents will get into fights over shit like that. I let my child come and spend the night over at your house, and now my child got his gas on their head, and you telling me that it ain't nothing. Knock your ass the fuck out. Like for real, I don't even understand how the motherfucker think people just take that like, yeah, they just left my child out there and now he's dead. And people ain't supposed to feel no type of way about it. Like, come on now, be real. Be real. Like, really be real.
That's sad. I can't imagine the level of pain. And I've heard some people say that the Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division should come in and investigate, or the FBI, MBI, who actually has jurisdiction to do this. Those are good questions. We may need more assistance besides the local law enforcement to get down to the bottom of this. If there's anyone that's truly willing to live up to the oath they took, they swore as a law enforcement officer, as a judge, if you're willing to live up to that oath and be unbiased and do a true investigation and consider the facts fairly, please step up. And if you can't do the job fairly, please step aside. This is too serious. You have too many educated people watching this case now, and we're not going to let you get away with murder, potentially with no one being held accountable. We're not going to do it. whoever did something untoward needs to be held accountable, needs to go before a jury of their peers, and need to let that jury of their peers decide their guilt or innocence.
And you know, it's crazy, like, 'cause this happened in Mississippi, y'all. And y'all know Emmett Till, what happened to him happened in Mississippi. And a lot of people be always trying to say, like, that was a long time ago. Like, because first off, you got to get up off of how egregious what these white men did to this young boy. They don't want to talk about that shit. So this is like, it's so long ago. Emmett Till would be like 80-something right now. And like him and Donald Trump would be around the same fucking age. Like, think about that. Your current president is around the age of Emmett Till, and they be like, it's so long ago. This motherfucker's still here. He need to go and hit. Y'all know Lindsey Graham passed away. Y'all heard about that? Yeah, Lindsey Graham passed away, y'all. That's all I got for you. But, like, come on, man. Like, this shit happened down in Mississippi, man. It ain't been too long. There's people that are still alive that practice and taught the next generation how to do the same thing. Like, bro, it's suspicious of things are going on. Like, don't act like motherfuckers wouldn't be on this type of time down there. Like, bro, we need to really look at this shit. Like, I always try to act like this shit's in the past, and they doing it right in your face right now. It's crazy.
The standards for an arrest warrant is simple, probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. The judge has to have probable cause, more likely than not, that a crime has been committed for an arrest warrant to be signed. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's probable cause, more likely than not. That's a very low burden to meet, and the evidence needs to get to a judge pretty soon. We know that won't be the end all. Just because there will be an arrest at some point, I do believe it's still going to be a long process. The local judge, the municipal judge, as I was, will have to do the arraignment and decide whether or not the individual or individuals get bail and what that bail amount will be. If it's a capital offense or if it's a
everything, Uncanny, everything.
First degree murder charge or manslaughter charge, or whatever it may be, kidnapping, aggravated assault, that the judge will have to set bail or decide or deny it. Will the persons be flight risk? All that has to be taken into consideration. From there will be a preliminary hearing likely where the evidence will be presented to that local judge, who will get to decide whether or not to bind it over to a grand jury or dismiss the charge. Once it's bound over to a grand jury, it'll be up to the grand jury to decide what to actually indict the individuals for. And then once there is an indictment or indictments are secured, individuals will have to stand trial, or if they plead not guilty, they get to stand trial. Otherwise, if they plead guilty, they could go immediately to sentencing. You would expect, based on what I've seen so far, that there won't be any guilty pleas automatically, and this probably will go to trial. You have contradicting stories. You have Katie that's saying one thing. You have the young man that's saying another. I see Katie has not lawyered up from what I...
And y'all don't know who Katie is. Katie is a white girl who he was out there supposedly knocking off that night or that day.
I have been told, and she's been speaking freely, and her family has been speaking freely. Whereas I understand that some others have decided not to speak to the press and have lawyered up. And people are entitled. In this country, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. There is nothing wrong with lawyering up. In fact, if it was my family, I would advise my family to remain quiet too. That's what lawyers do. We advise them to remain quiet. They have a right to remain quiet. And a lot of times you remain quiet for good reason, because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. But people also have a right to be suspicious of why individuals lawyered up so fast. Why are they not talking? This is serious. It's serious business. People's potential freedom are on the line, and somebody has lost their life. Someone has lost their life. At least the people that's alive still have a fighting chance. You never know what a jury in Mississippi will do. We do know that no one ever was held accountable for Emmett Till's murder, despite the evidence, the overwhelming evidence. No one was ever held accountable.
You know, some funny thing is, The dudes that did that shit to Emmett Till ended up going on like a book tour talking about it later on, about how they did it. I don't say nothing about it.
Hey, what's up? What I miss?
Yeah, you miss everything.
Catch me up, bro. Catch me up. How guilty are they looking?
Well, look, you just got a former judge from down there in Mississippi. He's speaking on the situation and how he's seeing it. And pretty much he's like, there should have been arrest warrants already issued, pretty much. There should be some search warrants already issued already, pretty much. It's like, he just going down different crimes that we know for a fact can be proven real quickly, like the theft of his phone. Because they say there's a video of Nolan saying, give me my motherfucking phone back. And clearly he didn't have his phone on him when they found his body. His mom had to go track that shit through Life 360 to go get it from a dude, one of his friends. They had his keys to his car and his car. And they tried to act like they didn't have the keys.
They had the keys to his car.
Yeah, his car, because he had went and spent the night before we found that out. He spent the night over there with them, and then they went to, on July the 3rd, he went to spend the night with his boys, and then they went to the island on the 4th. So his car was parked at their house. They had his keys. They had his phone. They didn't want to get that shit back.
They had his wallet at this point?
Shit, they probably did. They probably already ran them $20 up out of that.
I'm just like, you know what it sounds like, and I'm not trying to be funny, but this allegedly, let me just say this allegedly, but this sounds like they were trying to like, it sounds like a cover up at this point. What the fuck?
It does.
Why do they have this? Like they were gonna. It almost sounded like if the people didn't know, if it wasn't so fast, like if the mom didn't say track the phone and find out they had it, they were gonna be like, oh, he, you know, some suspicious. I don't know, man. That's why I was like, what did I miss?
Yeah, it ain't no telling what the hell they would have said, because it's like you came back home, like, and we found out they called the Coast Guard at 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. that night on the 4th. Coast Guard act like they didn't get the phone call, but then they saying that they did get it. But y'all called the Coast Guard, but y'all didn't call his parents. You didn't take his phone to his parents. And y'all just went home. They said they went and got breakfast the next day. Got up early in the morning on the 5th and went and got breakfast. Like the family had to come track them down.
Didn't one of the people say that they sped off?
Yeah, one of the witnesses said they sped off real fast that day. Okay. On the 4th.
Side note, this is a different story, but the only time I've seen people sped off like that, like how they were describing, is right after they do a crime.
I already told you. I said something in the last video about this. Like, dude, when that motherfucker said they sped off, like, I just literally had to go get my boat license and shit. And like, you're supposed to go a certain speed within a certain area, especially when you're around other boats, because you can move them out the way by you going fast. Like, a motherfucker wouldn't say them leaving. They wouldn't use the term sped off if they were just casually getting the fuck up out of there and driving the boat away. When motherfuckers say they sped off, they're like, I'm with you on that. Like, you sped off, motherfuckers say you sped off, bro. You had to hit that shit. You were spinning them goddamn fucking fans on that goddamn boat and getting the fuck on. Why would you be doing that? Sure. Especially if everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, anytime you speed off, like whenever I've seen people speed off like that, like in an aggressive manner, it's usually because they committed a crime. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not saying.
I ain't gonna hold you. And I will be devil's advocate. Maybe they were trying to show out for some girls, but they never came back. So obviously they weren't trying to show off for nobody.
But does anybody know why they were fighting? Because they did make that. A lot of people have said that they were fighting. They were having an argument. I don't know if fists were thrown. All I said, allegedly it was a fight.
Well, here, from what I heard now with the new information that we didn't got so far, there was an argument and an altercation, but they say Nolan wasn't involved. He was there for it, but he wasn't involved. He wasn't the person that was involved in it. He wasn't the person that was involved in it.
So if he wasn't involved, why is he the one missing?
Exactly. So like these are all the questions that everybody are trying to figure out. Like there was another black dude that was actually out there on the island that day, and he said the police ain't even tried to talk to him. They didn't even try to question him and ask him anything.
Man, it's didn't the baby that got shot wasn't it didn't it happen in Mississippi too?
Which one?
The girl, she had the baby and the police officer shot the car and then the baby died.
I'm not sure. Possibility, man. Did I ever cover that one?
No, I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I'm about to say I
did.
don't think I covered it because it sounds like something new, but I don't know.
No, this recent. It happened. This girl supposedly she was stealing. Like that was the accusation. They get to the car, and the friend who was driving, she tries to like back up and committing the crime. Kind of like she tries to speed off, and police officer shoots into the car. They said they had tinted windows. I don't really know the case, but I do know that
I have to look at that. You're not here. You might need to send me something with that one. I look at that one because that sound pretty typical. Alexis obviously know about it. She said, "Yep." So she ain't heard about it. I haven't heard about it yet, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. My sleep schedule fucked up. Look at
yeah,
my
my
eyes right now.
sister, bro. I just woke up right now. That's why I was like, oh, let me jump on. Let me see what's new, cause I'm trying to figure out if uh if the if they're guilty. Cause remember, hey Alexis.
Howdy,
Speaking of damn devil.
I'm the
What's
devil.
up, girl? Nah, you know you're an angel.
Look, hey, I'm a little Davidish, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I did want to show y'all something, man, because like I'm done. The judge, former judge, current lawyer, he pointed out a lot of things that really could be like just to get the ball rolling. We know that it was underage drinking. The picture that they use, that they show on the news, they're sitting on a boat and one of the white kids has a beer in his hand. We know these motherfuckers ain't 21. Y'all can start trying to press people if you were really trying to get some information, but their actions showing that they're not even trying to press these people lets you kind of know like something seems up. Like are the cops in on it? Is the Coast Guard in on it? These kids unloried up. These kids on fucking shut down their social media. Like what's going on right now down there in Mississippi of all places? So it's like, but I want to show y'all something even more suspicious though, because I told y'all there was another black dude that was on the island with them. He was out there that day.
Okay.
Ask yourself why the police ain't talk to him.
Oh, I think I've seen it. But go ahead.
Yeah, check this out.
Fight Plus News, I'm Janaba.
Did any investigators ever speak to you about what you saw that day?
No, sir.
Really? Okay. Cops have not talked to you yet. It's odd to me.
Just to gather information.
Yeah, that the cops wouldn't have contacted you. Yeah.
As the mysterious death of Nolan Wells continues, the spotlight grows on the Jackson County Sheriff's Department in Mississippi, who are...
Look at that motherfucker. He looked like he from fucking Mississippi.
Look at how his nose is shaped.
Yeah.
Hey, no offense, but he kind of looked like he come from incest. But
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, look. That's the motherfucker that's over this shit.
Charged with finding out what happened to Wells. Now, after 7 days have went by since Wells would first go missing, many key questions remain. As we previously reported, two of Wells' friends would end up speaking to a local outlet the day his body was found, in which specifically Javon Williams would reveal that he was supposed to be on the same boat as Nolan, confirmed he saw Nolan on the island, and even has expressed that...
I ain't gonna lie, he looked like an ugly girl. That nigga look like an ugly girl right there. Smiling like that, boy.
There was a fight that took place on the island, but doesn't...
I'm talking about the one in the middle. The one in the middle, not Nolan, the other nigga.
...believe it involved Nolan directly. Now, despite who some may consider as a key person in a thorough investigation, Williams would reveal that he has not been contacted by authorities a week after his friend would go missing. In an interview on Friday on TMZ, Williams would speak with Harvey Levin, who also was an attorney for nearly 20 years, to answer a few questions in regards to his connection to the case. As Harvey would ask Javon a few things, he would become shocked on air that the Jackson County Police Department have not contacted him yet for any statement, given that he has publicly shared he was on the island, saw Nolan, and knows a group of boys Nolan traveled to the island with.
They say there's...
But I want y'all to think about this. Think about how crazy they keep trying to say that they're doing this investigation on the up and up. They're not doing it, treating it any differently than anything else, any other case. TMZ is talking to these motherfuckers before the goddamn police are. Like that should bother people in 2026. You got news organizations and Spice Media pages like this hitting up people when something happened. That's what the police are supposed to be doing. They not doing their fucking job. It's like, come on now, people gonna be suspicious of that shit, man. TMZ got to talk to this nigga before y'all talk to him. Make it make sense.
Still investigating. Did any investigators ever speak to you about what you saw that day?
No, sir.
Really? Okay. Cops have not talked to you yet.
No, sir. I don't see why the cops would have to talk to me.
I'll tell you why I'm surprised. Because you knew Nolan well, and you knew that he was friends with these guys who were the last ones to be around him. I would think they would at least want to know, hey, just the things we're asking.
Right.
It's odd to me.
Just to gather information.
Yeah, that the cops wouldn't have contacted you. Yeah.
Now, outside of Harvey's clear concerns with Williams not being approached for questioning after the sheriff would express a thorough investigation would be done, several people in the comments would call out the department for potentially covering up the case. In the comments, one user would say, "The fact that the police have not reached out to this kid tells me the police aren't really trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened." While another on Facebook reacting to Javon's interview would say, "Nolan Wells' best friend says there was a hostile confrontation on the island the day he died. He says it didn't involve Nolan himself, but a different friend. And here's what's more interesting. He says the cops haven't spoken to him at all." Now to the user's points. Upon research on tactics previously used by police looking to cover up crimes, one thing done is called tunnel vision, which is when you intentionally avoid interviewing key people like witnesses, whistleblowers, and experts to focus on one specific narrative. By not interviewing key people, it can help shield the guilty party and gives the ability to create plausible deniability, and over time leaves the case going cold. As you should know if you've been—
Look, for all the people that keep saying, "Oh yeah, y'all just making up shit, y'all being on conspiracy theories and all this shit," it's like, nigga, a lot of the questions that people are asking are legit questions. You would ask the same questions if it was your loved one or somebody in your community. And don't get mad when these channels start pulling up shit like, okay, this is a tactic that police use to try to get people off the trail and try to make it go cold. Like, don't look over here. We're over here focusing on this. Don't look over there. Like, don't get mad at they bringing that shit up, because this has been a practice of your folks for a long, long time when some bullshit like this happens. Like, if they just did their job, was forthcoming about everything, actually investigated like they were supposed to, you wouldn't have anybody making any of these videos talking about this shit. You wouldn't have to hear it. Because I've seen people in the comments talking about black fatigue. Here we go again. It's like, bro, what? So this kid lose his life, and now y'all got fatigue. Y'all got fatigue because, like, oh, what? The people are going to question it? You know, you get tired of people questioning it? Y'all motherfuckers still questioning the goddamn election. like, y'all still on that shit. What are y'all talking about? I don't get it. It's just a lack of care for black bodies.
Following the case, the Jackson County Sheriff Department has already hinted that they don't see any sign of foul play at this time, which would concern many, including Wells' family, who have now teamed up with attorney Benjamin Crump to conduct their own investigation and autopsy. During a press conference on Friday, along with their first ever interview, Crump would express their family's concerns with their son's death, getting a trustworthy investigation, given the history of Mississippi and young black men, along with local officials already looking to imply that Wells' death was a simple drowning. Now, for some who don't believe a cover-up is taking place, their theory is Nolan—
I got a picture right now. That's an alcoholic beverage in that young man's hand right there. Lock him up. Lock him up, y'all. Hey, look, hey, we ain't gonna sit here and act like we didn't see that shit. And that's what they keep trying to gloss over. Like, the news is using that picture. A lot of other people are using that picture. And it's like, dude, this motherfucker is not 21. He's drinking. That look like a goddamn— what that look like? That look like a Michelob Ultra. Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like a Michelob Ultra can. He ain't old enough to be drinking.
Must have drowned when possibly peeing in the water. One Facebook user who says—
here. I want y'all to hear this right here. This is the shit I was talking about. Motherfucker talking about they literally trying to justify it. Motherfucker came in. Look at this goddamn comment that the motherfucker left on screen. This motherfucker wrote all this shit to try to say the kid got swept away by the tide while he was out there peeing. To this shit.
They were there on Horn Island that day, would go on to share the drowning theory more in depth, accompanied by a Thai graphic for that day. My assumption on the Horn Island tragedy, solely based on my experience on these waters for over 55 years. No racism, no foul play, no hate crime. I was there that day, simply a young man regardless of color, there mainly to meet a girl whom he likely knew was going to be there. He stayed behind to continue to hopefully hang with her a little longer and maybe get a ride back in her boat. He likely had 4 or 5 options going back later. Normal hookup behavior. If you're out there for obvious reasons, my explanation of leaving the phone on the boat would be as simple as, I remember when I was 18 and I had a pretty girl that showed interest in me. I forgot a lot of stuff. I wasn't supposed to except her. Once the boat departed, there's no recovering it until back home. Simply an assumption. Somehow he wandered off, maybe to take a piss.
Definitely an assumption. Man, what young kid leaves their phone anywhere? Like, I'm asking y'all because I know we're a little bit older and shit, but I know like these 19, 17, 20, 21-year-olds, that I don't, them motherfucking phones be glued to them to their hip. Like, I've never seen a young person lose their phone unless somebody took it. So he's saying like it's just an assumption, but I'm like,
Well,
come on, you help me out.
unless to charge it, no, they're not leaving their phone nowhere unless to charge it.
That shit crazy. I'm like, he's just saying my assumption. He just left his phone. He got caught up with a girl and just left his phone. Why the fuck would he? Man, motherfuckers like to videotape and take pictures and shit. Where he leave his phone? I understand. Like that's what I'm saying. These people trying to throw cover for certain folks. And shout out to Marcus. I seen you up in the chat. They trying to throw cover for these motherfuckers, and it's like, why are you doing that? Just let this shit play out, but you assuming, like, we can speculate. We can't speculate over here that something suspicious happened, but you can speculate that the motherfucker just forgot his phone, though. Because he was hollering at a girl and he just can't control himself. It's just like what the fuck are you Jesus Christ. Either way, I'm letting him keep going.
And got swept away. It was 3 deep in boats and stereos were blaring.
Hold on, my bad. Let me go
maybe
back.
to take a piss and got swept away. It was bring it until with interest in me. I forgot a lot of stuff. I wasn't supposed to except her. Once the boat departed, there's no recovering it until back home. Simply an assumption. Somehow he wandered off, maybe to take a piss, and got swept away. It was 3 deep in boats and stereos were blaring from all directions. I was almost swept away while cleaning my hull.
So now he magically just walked away to take a piss while they're partying on the beach in the water. Okay. Like people don't pee in the water.
Around 3 p.m. P.S. 15 or so years ago, I almost lost my life on that very point, along with Chris Estes and Ted Riemann. If you've never experienced this kind of tide, you have no idea how quick desperation can happen. Now, if this was the case,
and it's crazy, like, cause like y'all done been to the okay, you done been to the ocean, Alexis, you done been to the ocean before, right? Y'all done went swimming in the ocean, right? Don't leave me over here hanging now.
Yeah, I've been to the ocean drunk too. I'm not saying that can't happen. He's accurate, but it's the other stuff that makes it suspicious.
I ain't never been swimming in the ocean. Never. I don't even know how to swim, so I definitely ain't getting in no damn ocean.
Okay, well, so we got one person that's been swimming in the ocean and one person that said they ain't getting up in that bitch. I ain't gonna hold you on that.
I ain't saying all that. But I am gonna get swimming lessons. Matter of fact, my kids start theirs tomorrow. But I'm just saying on the ocean. I'm not scared of water though, but that ocean is just a bigger thing of water to where
it's a whole nother animal.
Yeah. What Kobe? What do you say? Are you a beast and the same animal? Nah, I ain't. I ain't doing that shit. Look. Get my kids learn, so if something happened to me, they got me.
They can come save you, huh? That shit is terrible. But look, I'll just tell you this: like,
even
first
what
off,
he said doesn't make any sense. Like what? Like how? Like to get swept? Unless the only
you got to go out. You got to go out there.
The only way I could think that, as far as if he just standing on the edge, is if he was intoxicated, then that's a different story versus what he tried to give.
Yeah, it's like I'm still tripping on it though, because I'm like he's suggesting that the kid walked away. He went away from everybody, and he went so far to pee that he possibly got swept away. Like, I don't know if people really know how a lot of these, like how the ocean is set up, but there's levels to the ocean. You can really go far out and fucking still be standing with the water above your neck, depending on how tall you are. But why would you go way out that far in the ocean to take a piss? That's the part that gets me.
Like, that just don't make any sense. Like, bro, just say you reaching Because we all know you reaching. Just say that you reaching. If you wanna
I'm like,
say something to help save Whitey, just say that. You ain't gotta.
I ain't gonna get it, man. I'm like, I put right beside somebody. I did it before. I want to be right hit to my goddamn shoulder and shit. I mean, right to my hips and shit. Like, why the fuck would he walk all the way the fuck out to go pee? Like, that don't make no sense. They wouldn't even do that. White people love pissing in pools. Like, they love farting in them holes. They be laughing when the bubbles come up. Hey, look, y'all weird motherfuckers. Why the fuck would he walk all the way fuck like go deep out in the ocean to do that?
There was a case with a wrestler where he went into the ocean to save his son and he passed away because of the tides. But that's a different case. But what I think Alexis is right. He's reaching. We don't know what happened, but they're saying he drowned, right? That's the allegation. We won't know until the autopsy comes back if there was foul play, but I'm really guessing foul play, bro. I don't believe none of this shit. It's Mississippi.
No, it's just too many things happening at the same time that brings doubt into a lot of people's minds. Like, it's not that it's a racial thing or nothing. It's like anybody could be like, okay, y'all say that he drowned. The sheriff already done came out and said that he doesn't see any foul play. We ain't had no autopsy yet, though. Okay,
We
that
really
seemed
ain't
a
had
little,
an investigation yet.
yeah. So it seemed a little suspicious for him to come out and say that. So that's one. And then it's like, okay, they had his phone. They didn't even notify his parents. They called the Coast Guard at 11 or 11:30 at night. They had his keys, didn't give the keys back, lied about having the keys. They all fucking then turned off their social media. They made it all private. They then went and got lawyers and stuff. It's like, why are y'all doing all these things? Or why did all these things happen if y'all didn't do anything? And that, like, for people to sit here and be like, that looks a little suspicious. I don't think that's crazy to say that's suspicious. I mean, I don't think that's crazy for people to ask those questions because all that shit is suspicious. Like, why are y'all doing all this? Why didn't y'all call his parents and say, like, man, we can't find him, we don't know where he is, and none of that? Y'all never even, they had to come track you down about their son's phone. They probably thought they were gonna get to that house and their son was gonna be there. Because obviously they was worried. Obviously the mother was worried. She probably was calling her son's phone and he wasn't picking up. She was like, I'm tracking this bitch and I'm gonna go to this house. Maybe he just over here with his friends, fucking off, being stupid. We about to go over here and say something to him. Find out, no, he ain't there, bro. Just his phone. And they wouldn't lie about even having the phone. So that's suspicious.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. A teenager, a grown ass person who gets intoxicated, they're most likely to lose their keys. And if they're really drunk, they can probably lose their phone. They'll wake up putting their hands over their pockets, talking about where's the phone.
Yeah.
But while you're there, you're not gonna lose it. Not like that. He probably, no offense to the white girl, but he probably would record giving her back shots, dog. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, come on.
That's something I would do. I'm just being honest. I ain't gonna hold you. That's something I would do. Now, my younger days, I wasn't on that type of shit. But now, I record some shit.
You didn't have a phone back in the day, James.
Exactly. Like the phone.
What you gonna do? Grab that flip phone and record it?
Hey, hold up, girl, real quick. Let me take pictures.
Flip phone. That Nokia doesn't come with camera, dog.
Yeah, look, the original phones. I remember when we used to play Snake on them hoes. You had that T9. People don't. I be laughing with some of the young folks. I say T9. They don't even know what T9 is. Say, bro, you had 1, 2, 3 all the way through, but each number had 3 letters associated with it. So you had to push it like twice for fucking B. Yeah, text like that. Like, they don't know nothing about none of that shit, bro.
Nothing.
They don't know nothing about the classics, man. And my dad had a cell phone company too, so I used to play with all of them.
You know that song from a New Edition when they go, Mr. Telephone Man? I said they talking on a payphone and they're like,
yeah.
What's a
payphone? They don't even know about payphone. They don't even know about payphone. I actually used a payphone like maybe like 3 or 4 times in my life. I ain't saying I'm an expert with using a payphone, but I used a payphone before. Like the ones where you actually got to go into the box and actually use it. I've used one of those before. They don't know nothing about none of that shit.
What did the white girl say though? Katie, what did she say?
Well, when Katie gave her
saying everything low key. She's just saying, "Look, my name Bennett. I ain't in it."
Yeah, that's pretty much what Katie on. Like she acknowledged that she was with him that day and all this shit. But like the sad part is
she's
like
not hiding anything. She's just like being honest. Hey, I was with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they doing.
And the sad part is a lot of the shit she done said, like it's not really getting out. Because I think the police might have spoke to her, but she done made it like she done talked to a couple other people, but I haven't really got a lot of everything that she's really done said. If she was there that day, that's one thing we know for sure from what she done said and shit. But
I think they mad that she talking too.
Look, man,
that's why we ain't hearing a lot about it, because they don't want us to hear it.
Yeah, true. And that's the crazy thing. It seems like it's just a big cover up going on right now.
So
like it's so hard to get information.
Did she say that he left her and went back to them?
We don't know. We don't know.
Damn. Because that's the whole thing. Was she intoxicated as well? Did she, because that can also.
She probably was drunk too. The sad part, I ain't gonna say these kids were like shit faced drunk though. Like, cause I remember being in high school. You did have those kids at these parties that we used to go to when we was doing all this underage drinking that would get shit faced. But majority of the people in there weren't shit faced drunk. Like, motherfuckers be tipsy and shit like that, but most people didn't get shit faced drunk. There was always one super responsible kid. There was another kid that was like, he was kind of behind him, but he would still participate with the bullshit. And then you just slowly go down that line of people just getting fucked up. Because I'm like, everybody out there wasn't shit faced.
Here's my thing. If she was tipsy, right? Let's say she was tipsy. She remember if she can say, "Oh, yeah, we had sex, and then I saw him leave with them," then it's on them. That's why they lowered up. That's why the fuck they lowered up. If she says that, but I'm waiting for that. What do you call it? Transcript or confession, whatever.
Transcript.
Well,
it could all point to the same thing. We know what you're saying. But I think they're trying to, because her parents have been very supportive in the fact of letting her speak. They ain't telling her, "Oh, don't say nothing." They're like, which is smart. Like, hell nah, y'all ain't about to put us in it. You know what I'm saying?
You already know the next theory gonna be what's that white girl set that black man up?
Yeah,
you know what they fear that. They fear that.
That's smart for her. That's smart for her.
It's like, nah, nigga, I'm talking. I ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck happened. I was fucking the nigga, but I don't know what happened to him. We need to know. This is just basic information that people need to know. So, and for all the people that say that people are pushing this race thing, I'm gonna keep saying this over and over. If y'all don't want black folks to be concerned and start speculating on this situation, ask your people who have control over this investigation to do their goddamn job, so we can't sit over here and speculate. Let us know what it is. But when you dragging ass and we see all these things fucking happening, all these suspicious things happening, real suspicion, we're gonna say something. Like, don't get mad that we're opening our mouth. Like, fucking get your people right and tell them motherfuckers to do their goddamn job and give us the answers that we need, and then we won't be sitting over here talking about this shit. The problem is, it seems like it seems like they're trying to fucking run cover for somebody. That's what it seemed like.
They mad. They like, see, this is what Trump mean when he said make America great again, when black folks can't talk. When black folks can just sit there and we can do another Emmett Till and we can do all the stuff that we used to do to black folks. That's what they want. That's why they mad.
But I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, on some real shit, man. A lot of them motherfuckers, they glorify the past. Because think about it, the holiday that this young boy came up missing on is a day where y'all glorifying the past, and that day is not a day to celebrate. That's why I be looking at some of y'all crazy when y'all celebrate these days. I ain't talking about y'all on the panel unless y'all do celebrate it. But it's like, nigga, this the day they declared independence, right? Man, them motherfuckers, like, that's why they want to shape it. We declare independence from England. Bitch, y'all committed treason. like that's what y'all did, bro. Y'all ancestors committed treason against their own country. Like that's the
No
day that you're celebrating. Without
taxation
representation.
without representation, ass motherfuckers. They get mad at a lot of shit. But no, but like seriously, like if the when they lawyered up, that was a suspicious act. Like now the
Right
police
off
have
that.
to the police have to actually talk to a lawyer and the parent in the investigation. They don't allow him to speak and say what the fuck happened. Any of them, the three friends, right? Because there were
Yeah.
three of them. Fuck. Yeah, it's looking bad. This is Mississippi too. I hate to say it, but it's Mississippi. It's the most
Dude, it's
racist
Mississippi,
state.
bro. It's Mississippi, and it's crazy that like a lot of people. I'm not even gonna hold you on this one, y'all. I wasn't gonna go too long on this one, but I will go with it because I got y'all here right now. Like, this is not the only case of a motherfucker drowning on the 4th of July. This is not another case. This is not just a standalone case of black people going out with white friends and dying. Like, it's not. I'm gonna literally show y'all something real quick. Like, I'm pulling it up on screen. I want y'all to see this because Taylor House been on it. Taylor House, shout out to his channel. That brother be putting in work. I appreciate some of the shit he do. I disagree with him on a few things, but majority of what he be talking about on his channel, I support it. Here we go. He went hunting with his white friends and they killed him. Another black man just came up missing. Sundown Town floods out of that ain't the one I'm looking at. Let me go to the next page. Okay, here you go. He went out. He got goddamn deleted hanging out with his white friends. This motherfucking mob took over the beach. I don't know what the fuck. This black man, this happened on July 4th in Alabama, in my state. Happened to so-called drown. This young man y'all see on screen, that young man right there looked like he in good shape and all that. He drowned in Alabama. Another man in Texas, Beaumont, Texas, found deceased in a goddamn canal. Like, come on, man. This man got arrested for goddamn drowning a black teen while fishing. Like, it's a lot of shit that's been going on lately. It's a whole bunch of shit. 2 white boys in Texas. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to play the one. He said some little suspicious shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really on the conspiracy theory, but died on the 4th. I wouldn't be surprised if motherfuckers on this type of shit because motherfuckers be on that cult weird shit. But it's been a lot of young black men magically coming up, drowned dead, and it's all circling around the 4th of July. Like, a lot of these cases ain't gonna get no attention because, the one that we're talking about is the one that's getting majority of the attention, but this happened too. I want y'all to hear this shit real quick, like.
July after hanging out with a group of white teammates. Deon Walton drowned in water with his teammates in Alabama. Now, this is just coming out and I'm getting ready to start my live, so I don't have a lot of time to do a full deep dive on the conversation, but I wanted to say these are not a coincidence. And we need to figure out what is going on exactly. Because if you ask me, things like this are starting to feel like they're on purpose. Now, I don't know all the details, but I'm definitely going to dig into them when I come back from my live. If you want to join in on the conversation, come join us. I have another.
Anybody coming to your goddamn live? Shut up.
83 verses 3 and 5 says, they have taken crafty counsel against the people and consulted against thy hidden ones. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, all praises due to the Most High. And that scripture came to mind when I thought about all of these suspicious drowning and mysterious deaths of young black men in the presence of the Gentiles, as the scripture would say. This is another incident, drowning incident that happened in a southern town. Alabama and Mississippi are right next to each other, but it happened on the same day.
We kissing cousins.
That Nolan Wells, quote unquote, drowned within the company of his white friends. Now, allegedly, this young man, Deon Walton, high school athlete standout, was with some white friends at a lake at one of the person's houses. And it is said that they tried to swim out to some type of thing and he was struggling and he ended up drowning. Now, I want you to watch this news video of his family explaining what happened. But keep in mind, this happened in Covington, Alabama. White population of 83%, black population of only 12%. And
that sound about right. That sound about right with the numbers. Yep. That sound about right.
And as Tariq Nasheed would say, when there's a majority of whiteness, they always get on code. Just watch this video.
Holiday quickly turning into a tragedy for a Covington County family.
God damn, bro. How old y'all think he is? I'm sorry, y'all. Sidebar. How old y'all think this motherfucker is?
He looks 45.
Jesus Christ. I ain't trying to be mean, but damn. Melted face.
Family who lost their loved one in a drowning just days ago on the 4th of July. WDHN's Robert Smith Jr. has the latest.
The stomachs of Jason Walton and John Walden turned after they were at the store getting food to grill out for the holiday when they got a frightening call from their nephew, Dion Walton's football coach, that he went missing in a community lake.
He was like, hey, Jason, where you guys are? I was like, well, we just got home from the grocery store. And he was like, you guys need to get here ASAP. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he was like, it's involving Dion.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it.
Nobody care about no base
44.
They went to the community lake off Harmony.
I want y'all to hear something that's different about this case, which is like, it kind of takes something off take the suspicion off a little bit. The people that he was with actually got in touch with the uncles. I don't know if they gay or not, because one's black, one white. Like, how y'all both his uncle? But, we got blended families, or they could be gay. But either way, though, the kids that were with
or they nephew, could be gay.
Or they could be gay. I'm just being honest. Hey, my gaydar went off. But they called and said something. The other motherfuckers ain't called nobody. So at least right now we starting off on a better note than the last one.
The Church Road in Covington County, where Walton was with some of his teammates celebrating the holiday.
We seen like all these police is there, and then we pulled into the driveway on the side of the house, and then I saw the rescue squad. They were boat divers searching out there in the water. I'm like, why are all these people out here? And so I parked the car and I ran to the dock quick. And
hey, I'll just be real with you, real quick. I ain't trying to be an asshole. I just gotta play this real quick. Like,
oh, okay. So now I see a little gay in you.
Good.
When you did this, I saw it.
That's just my assumption. All right, that's just my assumption. Don't nobody judge me for that.
I was like, well, one of the parents came up. I said, what's going on?
His family says they were told Walton and some friends jumped off the pier into the lake to see who could swim to a small island in the middle of the lake the fastest. But Dion struggled as he was cramping in the water. After turning back towards the pier, calling for help, trying to grab onto a floaty, he was already starting to sink underwater.
The parent that owned the home, he said he rushed out there to the pond and he jumped in to try to look for him. And all the other players turned around and tried to search for him, and they just could not find him. And I was just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's not even real. Don't even seem real to me.
Family says Dion was a mediocre swimmer and he was used to pools, but not lakes where you can't see the bottom. Although this is a tragedy, family says there is one message that comes out of this.
Be careful. You don't want to put a message out there that says, hey, don't get in there on this holiday or you may suffer these consequences. That's not the message. The message is be careful and try to take precautions in everything that you do. Maybe, if I'd have known, maybe get the life raft.
His uncles say his teammates loved Dion. To know him was to love him. He was a 17-year-old student at Strawn High School who ran track, played football, and basketball.
He just had, so much, a brightness, a future ahead of.
You know what gets me though? Because I've been black my whole life, and I know a lot of black people. Black people that can't swim don't really get in the water like that. Like, I done went to the beach and the pools multiple times with a lot of my black friends. And I'd be like, hey, man, let's go jump off the diving board. I ain't going over there, bro. I ain't swimming in that shit. They be real quick to tell you that. Like, it ain't no peer pressure that's going to get them motherfuckers to go over there because they know they can't swim. Definitely at the ocean, motherfuckers just want to walk around in the area where the water just touched. The most they probably do is like the water get up to their knees type shit because they know they can't swim. Y'all telling me that this dude was a mediocre swimmer and he jumped off a fucking pier? Now, I'm gonna hold you with this one. It sounds like this can be believable, at least the way that it's getting told to me right now. Like, yeah, he could have probably, that sounds like that could actually have happened. Like, he could have tried to swim to the fucking little island on the middle of that shit and got tired cramped up or whatever the hell and accidentally drown. I can see that possibly being that sounds somewhat reasonable. But I just don't really know too many black people that can't swim that get in water.
He said that he was used to swimming in like pools and stuff. You remember that's why I was saying that. Oh, like the ocean, if you're not used to swimming in big things of water and you're just used to swimming in the pool to where even if you drown, you can see the bottom. It's a little different to where you might panic differently in it versus if you're in a pool.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. He's never swam in no.
He swam in no lake before.
Yeah, no lake. So
yeah, I wouldn't be swimming in no goddamn lake like that, anyways. Because like that's the problem with lakes.
The difference between a pool, a beach, and lakes and whatever, right? Is that
A lake and a pool are pretty much the same. The ocean is the difference.
No, the lake moves. If you allow the lake to drift, you can float with the lake, like wherever the lake is taking you.
I'm saying, but it's a lake. Think about it though. A lake is an enclosed body of water.
Yeah, but you can't see the bottom of it.
Exactly. I get that. I'm saying I get that you can't see the bottom. I'm saying like a lake is more associated with a pool because it's an enclosed body of water. It ain't like it's a current going through there. It's just a body of fucking water. A lake is still. A lake ain't moving. Like I know Uncanny's saying you can move around. Like if the wind blow, it can push you around a little bit, but that ain't making the bottom of that water move nowhere. Like the shit that's swimming in that motherfucker making the lake move. That's
it would make more sense for his ass not to jump in a river because the river actually moves.
Yeah, river moving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what's so crazy? I was just telling my daughter about that yesterday as far as like the difference between like a pond, a lake, and then the river to the like ocean and things like that. Like, because I think it's crazy to think like how we learned about certain stuff when we was in school and they don't really get that breakdown because in her mind she was like thinking it was all the same. Or the lake that we passed, she was like, that's a lake, it's so big. And I was like, yeah, it can be that big. But again, like I don't know what they learn in school now. Because I was like, yeah, lake can be that big. I mean, compared to if you've seen other bodies of water, but yeah, lake can be that big. You can stretch out, you know. But even what you said, Jay, as far as like it being enclosed of water, you could be in a lake and you may not see the next thing that encloses it to where you gonna panic if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's like you said, it's enclosed,
and then,
but the enclosement could stretch out for however long.
And then the fact that it sounded like the kids swam back with the neighbor or the guy or whoever it was who was trying to reach out to him. If he panicked, he's gonna go under, and it's hard to look down a lake. I'm sorry, it is. And the way he's panicking, if they try to grab him up, he'll probably push them down in order to save himself. That has happened to me.
Oh yeah, people grab. They grab on the folks when they drowning, and they'll pull you down. You got to know how to get them. Look, I guess because I know how to swim, and y'all know, like you go to the Marine Corps boot camp, they want to test your bitch ass.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Jay. You talking from the
experience of goddamn shit, like getting drowned and shit. Like I know about it, but it's like it just still trips me out because I be wanting so many people to have common sense because I could swim before I went to the military. Like, because when you get into the military, like at least the Marines, they have a section in boot camp was like when you can't swim, when you go through swim crawl, they have people that can't swim at all. They call them iron ducks. They put them over there. They say pretty much you get in the water, you sink it to the bottom like an iron fucking duck. You go with them boys. Everybody else go over here. It's like, nigga, like basic swim shit.
Real quick. Do they teach them? Or if you come in and not knowing? Okay.
At the bare minimum, you learn how to wade water.
Okay.
And that's what gets me with a lot of people that can't fucking swim or like these drowning situations because I think everybody should know how to wade water. Everybody, have y'all all heard of doggy paddling?
Yeah.
I would think everybody, that's like a natural instinct to doggy paddle when you're in the water. So it's like, even if he cramped up with his legs, he still could use his arms to goddamn wade the water out a little bit. And that's why I'm tripping off. Like, even within the lake, like the lake ain't like 20, 30, 40 feet deep, the one that he was in.
Oh,
It's probably
yeah,
like maybe
no,
like
no.
it's probably like fucking maybe like 11 feet deep at the deepest. So I'm like, me growing up, not being taught how to swim and none of that shit, just naturally getting in the water, know how to swim. Like, there's been times I done got tired trying to swim to the edge of a pool and I couldn't get there. You know what I did? Took a deep breath, drop down to the bottom, and jump the fuck back up. Like, just jump back up in the direction I need to go. So I don't get it.
But we also don't know if they were drinking either. That also doesn't affect when you're trying to.
Dude, I've been drunk in pools. I've been drunk in
No,
pools and got tired.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the kid. Like he might have been intoxicated. That could
He could have
also.
been.
That could also bring into the panic because once your ass is drowning, you panic. That's
Yeah, that's
common.
crazy. I guess it's just me because I don't panic like that. No, I don't panic like that. That's probably why it's weird to me. Cause like if something bad is happening, like my mind don't work to be like, oh my god, what the fuck? I'll just be like, what the fuck, get out of here. Like my mind just goes straight to trying to figure it the fuck out.
But
Like,
most people that are like they said, mediocre swimmers, and they're cramping and they're intoxicated. Maybe I don't know what the story is, but like they're gonna panic, and I've
that's
seen people
wild.
panic. That's I hate to say it, but it does happen.
No, I'm not saying that it's definitely not a possibility. 'Cause I like think about it. Like I'm a good swimmer now. Like I think I'm a decent swimmer now. I couldn't swim for real when I was a kid. I had to teach myself how to swim. I ain't get no swimming lessons. My parents damn didn't take me to the pool. Like, hey, this how you do it. Let me hold you up while you do your arms like this. I ain't had none of that. So I'm like, I know I had times of panicking before where I felt like I was gonna fucking drown and shit. But it's like common sense kicked in. Like, nigga, do this. Like, do this. Turn on your fucking back, nigga. Turn on your back. Like, try to get on your back and fucking just wade water this way. It's easier to swim that way than it is to swim face down. Like, common sense shit, I would think would kick in. But obviously, I'm guessing common sense ain't common. Is that what we landing on right now? Common sense ain't common?
No, I think it's just the panic that happened to him. It was the panic.
Like,
But
that's
you know,
just
my people, we grew up around water. I swear to God, I think we are from water, the way we act. So
y'all the Atlanteans.
I swear to God, I don't know why that movie, Black Panther
Namor,
2. Yes, I thought that shit was real because I'm like, yo, that does make kind of sense, dog. Like, well, bro,
you motherfuckers Namor out here, bro. That's the real Aztecs, nigga.
you know that. You know that the Mexicans have to cross this fucking horrible ass river to get to America? Like they do, bro. Like this is horrible ass river. The
The
currents are
Rio
so
Grande. The
yeah,
Rio
bro.
Grande.
There is a river in Mexico that is horrible. The currents are so fucking horrible that people cross that bitch, and I'm just telling
And they
you,
be
like,
having their babies in their hand, bro. They be having their
yes,
babies, like 2 or 3 of them.
yes. I'm telling you, something about us and water is just crazy. So if I ever hear it, like this would be different. Never mind.
But if it was a Hispanic person, you would be even more skeptical. Like just put it like that. You'll be even more skeptical. Like right now, and I'm being honest, y'all. I'm not saying that they did this to this kid because honestly, this one sounds more like something that you can actually say, yeah, I can see that happening. But it just still trips me out because we kind of talk about the swimming part. It's like I just don't understand. Like even for people that can't swim, bro, like you would think that people have basic knowledge to understand. Like, okay, man, just hold your breath, take a deep ass breath. Like you tired, take a deep ass breath and sink to the bottom real quick, like, and then jump the fuck up. You're gonna come up way faster than you went down. You will. Like, man, we used to do fucking like when Dragon Ball Z was real big and we used to go to the pool, man, we'd be like, we'll get the water together, you be under the water, fucking moving the water around, and like, and you motherfucker can feel that shit. Like we knew how water worked. Like you sink slow, but if you push effort once you're in the bottom, because you're lighter, you're way lighter. Just push the fuck up. But also swimming in the lake, in the pond, like Alexa was talking about, like, bro, you don't know what the fuck is at the bottom of that bitch. And that
Hell
be the shit,
no.
because you could step on anything down there. People throw bodies in that motherfucker.
Look, and then there's creatures too. You don't know what creatures are down there too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
That's why
weird
I don't like
creatures.
swimming and shit like that. I've swam in the lake before, but I'm telling you, I don't like swimming in them hoes because you don't really. I swim in a creek. I get in a creek and like float around and rash and walk around and do a little swimming and shit. But like a pond in a big ass lake where you can't see the bottom. That ain't really the type of shit I want to get in because I can't see the bottom and I don't know what my feet are gonna touch.
I don't know. The lake's always been dirty to me. They feel like the dirtiest.
They are
part of the
dirty.
lake.
They are dirty, man. Look, man, you got trees that fall over, so you got dead wood that's decomposing on the ground in that, like in the water down there. You got fish that's in there, snakes that's in there. You don't know what the fuck is in that bitch. I don't like swimming in lakes. I know a lot of people, certain people like to swim in them bitches. Like, nah, bro, I swim in the stream, I swim in a creek, I swim in a pool, and I swim in the ocean. And it's crazy thing for people like, you swim in the ocean? Shit, there's lions. I mean, not lions, but whales and sharks and all this other shit. It's like, yeah, but I can still kind of see the bottom and I know how far to go. You can't see nothing in no lake and no pond, bro. All that goddamn sediment on the bottom, that's just loose sand and dirt that just, as soon as you step on it, it muddies everything that you're around. It's like, nigga, I can't, I'm not getting in that. I'm not getting in that. Fuck that. I'll get on a boat, but I won't swimming that shit. But either way, though, I still once again think these niggas gay. But let's finish this out real quick, like
him. And it just sucks that it happened. You know what happened on Saturday, and he has so much more to give.
Family says he was full of energy and life. He loved to rap and sing.
Be acting, but that's a teenager. But he brings them in with that smile and that laugh, and that's what most people will remember and miss all.
Yeah, I think they gay.
The school will have a vigil in memory of him Friday night in Covington County. Robert Smith, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.
So there you have his uncle, black uncle, and his white uncle with the same last name. I guess they are part of the, the alphabet boy persuasion, which is fine.
I ain't the only one that think that. Everybody the only one that think. I'm sorry, y'all. Am I being an asshole by saying I think they gay?
No. Because they are that. Obvious.
For that shit, like they sitting here like husband and wife on the couch. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Either way though, let's keep going. I think the white dude is the man in the relationship.
Now you wrote for that. Now you wrote for that. Go ahead.
But where are his parents in all this? And maybe they had custody of him. I don't know. But the entire thing seems strange. You heard the white man say, well, I don't want to send the message that, don't get in there on this day, or you may suffer the.
Oh, yeah, and this is the suspicious part right here. I'm not saying I'm advocating for this, but I am going to let this be played and let it be heard because some people might want to speculate on it. I'm not saying I advocate for it, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but I've seen crazier things. But wait till he gets to his point.
Consequences. What do you mean by that? Because if you're familiar, on the ocean front of Virginia Beach, there's a big statue, and it's the statue of Neptune. And I did a little digging. Neptune is the god of the water. And how do you worship Neptune? You make sacrifices. And get this, the Neptunalia, which is a way to worship the god of Neptune, was held on the 23rd of July every year during the height of summer. The Romans made sacrifices to Neptune so he would ease their water shortages during the heat, and they held chariot races. Now, where are we at right now? July 4th, the month of July, the height of summer. And what we're seeing is a plethora, a multitude of these drowning deaths, mostly by young black men. And so while the lady on the TikTok said, okay, well, this seems not coincidental, I would agree. It's too many of them happening under the similar conditions. So could this be those sacrifices that they are talking about? Once again, we all know America.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
don't know. I don't know. I'm not advocating for it, but I did want him to get that out.
America is built off of the Roman system, the Roman government, the Vatican, all of that. We are still under Roman rule, so to speak. Now, I hate to sound too, conspiracy theorist, but the scripture speaks about it. Once again, they take covenant, they deal secretly, and they counsel against the children of Israel. And so this is another story that is not getting media coverage. Allegedly, all of the teammates were white. Little to no investigation. Oh, he drowned. That's it. Let's pack it up. There's nothing to see here. But I wonder why this is not as getting a lot of coverage, because maybe once again in that small town, people are going to sweep it on the rug. His uncle may not be as aggressive, as someone else would be like, nah, we're not going to take that story. Everybody came out and tried to help him, but he died. I couldn't swim at one time, right? And I knew I couldn't swim. I won't going deep in the water. I won't even going next to the water. I would get in the pool and hold on to the edge for dear life. So
that part right there, and that's what I'm really tripping on, because I think that's like literally, because the stereotype is black people can't swim. You should have seen how mad them. Well, y'all remember how mad the motherfuckers got when that black girl won that swimming competition at the Olympics. I was like, why y'all mad? Y'all said black people can't swim. Now she can swim. Look at that. Look at that. But I'm like, I know for the black people that can't swim, like, honestly, they don't really put themselves in a situation to drown. Like, I haven't seen a black person that can't swim put themselves in a position where they would possibly drown. Have y'all seen, like, I need y'all to help me out with that, because like common sense tells me, and maybe common sense ain't common, but every black person I know that couldn't swim, every last one of my friends that couldn't swim, bro, I'd be like, hey man, come on, let's jump off the diving board and shit, because I'm just trying to swim around everywhere. Them motherfuckers like, man, bro, you crazy as hell. like they would literally look at me, I'm like, bro, you being a bitch. Like, come on, bro. He's like, bro, I can't swim. And you had to leave it alone. I don't see a lot of black people that can't swim get in the bodies of water that they know they can't swim in. I just don't see it. Like, do y'all see that? Have y'all seen that on a regular? But I just don't see it. I even know motherfuckers that have like life vests that won't get in the water. Like, no bullshit. Like, you got a whole vest on. Like, my girl can't swim. We went jet skiing for her birthday. We was out there in the middle of the ocean. I was like, man, I'm gonna jump off this jet ski and I'm gonna have you pull me behind the jet ski. After she did all that shit, I swam around a little bit. I was like, man, go and jump in there. She had on life vest. It's gonna make her float. She can't swim. She did not get in that motherfucking water. No matter how much I sat there and tried to encourage her, like, girl, you're not gonna drown, bro. It's gonna fucking make you float. She ain't getting that goddamn water, bro. She ain't getting that water. So I'm trying to figure out where are all these magical black people that get in the water knowing they can't swim at. That's the main suspicious thing about this situation. Let's swim to the goddamn thing. I can't swim. It's like, what the fuck you getting in the water there? Like, I just don't get it.
All of these people who just can't swim that good and will go out into the deep, that doesn't make any sense to me. Show us the video. Everybody has video on their property now. So rest in peace to the brother Deon Walton. But what do y'all think? I think that these are, because it's a whole lot more that I haven't even gotten into recently. But this may be one of those sacrificial rituals that a lot of people talk about behind closed doors. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, because man, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's just a lot of this shit happening, and I don't know, man. It just don't make. I'm kidding. Like, am I tripping, man? I just don't know a lot of black people that get in the water knowing they can't swim.
Well, I'm not one to encourage anybody to jump off a pier if they can't swim. I literally, if they would be like, nah, man, I'm really not a good a swimmer, I'm like, then don't do it. Because like, I just can't. I don't want that to happen when I'm around people, black or white or Hispanic or whatever, Asian.
Anybody.
I don't want them to die on my watch because I jumped in, swam across, and then when they jumped in, they were back there and I can't find them, especially in the lake, man, or a fucking ocean or a river.
That would fuck me up. That would fuck me up if somebody died on my watch.
Yeah.
Like I done had people pass away around me. I done seen a lot of death in my lifetime. That would mess me up even worse. Knowing like, hey man, let's go do it. And then I look back and they gone. Like, that would fuck with me. That would fuck me real hard.
Because the person I saved, they ended up going to Japan, being a teacher. They ended up getting married. They found their wife in Japan. They're married now
Shout
and
out.
stuff. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, in this one day that
Could
we
change
are,
everything.
yeah, our dumbasses decided to jump into a lake and we all got drunk, well, tipsy, and he died on a shoot would have fucked me up for the rest of my life. Damn, I could have saved him if I never jumped in the water. Um, first. It happened to me that I just happened to see him start doing that whole I guess drowning movement, I guess you would call
Yeah,
it.
he was just pulling for water and shit, trying
Yeah,
to stay
you get,
afloat,
and
freaking
then
out.
I jumped in knowing that he could go down because everybody was swimming back to the ladder and nobody was close. So I was the closest one. I jumped in and grabbed him and he pulled me down. But thank God I knew how to what you just said, jump back up and pull his ass to the ladder, like you said. Like I knew what to do, even though I
Shit,
was.
man, you know how many times I done saved my sister? Like we used to swim at the YMCA and shit during summer. Like they used to put us in that like a little summer program. My parents didn't want to fucking deal with us and shit, so they put us in a little summer program. And every day we would swim and shit. And my little sister would always she would always try to follow me wherever I went. And she'd come to the deep end and shit and be out there drowning like a motherfucker. How many times I had to save her? Like, bitch, stop coming over here. Like, that's why you said tell her. I didn't cuss at her during that time. But it's like, stop coming over here. Like, I done had to save so many people drowning in water. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that whole Neptune Poseidon thing, like
Yeah, that's super conspiracy.
I don't know, but it makes me happy that Kratos killed him. So it's like,
That motherfucker did not go to God of War on this bitch. Nigga said Kratos killed.
Alexis, that's
Jesus
a
Christ.
video game reference. I don't know if you ever played God of War.
God damn. Hey, look, we hearing it all today, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. We hearing it all today.
But
We're fucking like,
I'm sorry, back
go.
to the Mississippi one, man.
I'm coming right back. Keep talking.
Emmett Till, Mississippi Burning, the movie's based on something. Didn't those freedom riders the case that happened? Yeah, that was Mississippi Burning. What the hell am I talking about? They got stopped in Mississippi and they all got deleted. Mississippi's always known for the most racist hate crimes you could ever find in life. So I personally think that there is more to the story than is being told. They lawyered up too quick for me. They're guilty. What did they do to this kid? Did they drown him? Is that what happened? That is just my assumption, though. Allegedly,
Yeah,
I think.
man, look, man, the Wells case definitely. Like, I just want to show that other one, and there's a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised with how many, because Taylor House Production actually been covering a lot of these, and I've been seeing the shits. I ain't watched all the videos because obviously my sleep schedule was fucked up, but there's been a lot of drownings of so-called black people accidentally happening a lot, especially around the 4th of July. So I can understand why he put it in there because he got a lot of videos. I ain't gonna bullshit with you. He got a lot of videos just surrounding around the 4th. And a lot of these black kids magically just keep coming up drowning. But the Wells one seems very suspicious. This last one that I showed y'all, I can understand that possibly happened. I'm not even gonna sit here like motherfucker like, oh, you're just always like, I can see that possibly happening. Yeah, I can see him being stupid, getting in the water swimming because he thought he was okay, and then he could have possibly cramped up. I don't know how they could even say that he cramped up though, unless he yelled out like, did y'all hear him yell? I'm cramping. So, and I don't know how y'all can make that statement because if he said that, why ain't one of y'all swim back and get his ass in time? But I can see that happening. Somebody jumping in the water and they swim into something, like they probably racing to get to it, and somebody's in the back. You don't see him because you're still swimming, and next thing you know, you turn around, the motherfucker gone. But yeah, the Nolan one, bro, it's just too suspicious, man. It is too suspicious. And you got former judges in Mississippi coming out speaking about this shit. And I know some people are like, well, yeah, because he's black. And it's like, what the fuck? If it was something like this happened to a white kid, white people would be advocating to find out what the fuck happened. Like, that's just basic human nature and shit. Like, Most people are tribal anyways when it comes to their group. Like no matter how much they try to say this and say that, they're tribal. Like if it came down to a Hispanic dude versus a black dude, I'm initially gonna start off on the black person's side. Now I'm the one of the type of people that if I find out that nigga did some fucked up shit, like bro, I'm on the side of like what's right and what's wrong. I'll side over to the other side and be like, nah, that motherfucker wrong as fuck. Send him to jail, whatever the fuck. I be on that type of shit, but I notice a lot of people in this world ain't like that. I can understand you can start from one position, but once you start getting information, I can see you gradually coming over to another side. But a lot of these folks that we keep talking about in these situations are not willing to do that. Even with more information coming out, they don't care. They just gonna ride with the ship till it sinks.
Well, here's the thing. I would normally say like the Alabama one that happened. I was like, could be some foul play in there. We'll never know because the people are just like acting like it was an accident. But yes,
Open the showcase, Johnson.
yeah. But the one in Mississippi is because of the history of Mississippi is the reason why I keep saying that. Because like I heard that this is allegedly, but this I don't know if this is real, but they said that there are white people hunting black people for sport in Mississippi. They would literally just throw them out and say
Release
run.
them, and then fucking go.
You
track
heard
them
of
down.
this? Yeah, you heard of this. Okay,
They
so
used to
I'm
do it
not.
in Alabama too. They used to do it in Alabama. They did it in Florida. It was a sport.
Yeah, like, but and they said that it happened recently in the 2020s. So like, what the fuck? Like that is why Mississippi has always been a state where I just refuse to like. People always tell me it's different, but I always say to myself, no. Like it's just like I feel like 1956 when I drive through the South. No offense, it's just
It is
weird.
what it is. Like it is what it is. Like, look, even for me, from being from Alabama, I would be look everywhere I go. Period. I'm kind of just wired for that now because I did some shit. But I'm always cautious. But I definitely my antennas would go up even more if I went to Mississippi. My antennas went up, and I went back to Florida. I was born in fucking Florida. I went to Florida for a birthday and shit. My antennas was up the whole fucking time. Like, you gotta be on, man. Look, man, we live in 2026, man. Motherfuckers crazy, psyched out, don't know what the fuck going on. And people do some fucked up shit. Like when people are suffering and struggling, like bad things are gonna fucking happen. Because some people want that instant, my life need to be better right now. I don't give a fuck what happens 24 hours from now, but right now my life need to be better. And if I gotta knock you off to goddamn get that, I will do it. There's a lot of people walking around in America like that. Because this country is fucked up. Contrary to popular belief. What's the richest, most powerful nation? Okay, then why are your people struggling? Make that make sense. But you gotta be on guard everywhere you go, no matter, and I don't care who you with. Like, I don't care who you with. And that's one of the biggest lessons that a lot of these young folks need to get. Like, bruh, be on guard. Like always, you gotta protect your life. Like, if you don't protect your life, who the fuck gonna protect it? If you don't care about it, who the fuck else supposed to care about it? You supposed to be the first person to care about these things. Like, don't put yourself in compromising positions. And I've had to like with having conversations with younger folks, try to talk them out of doing shit that they plan on doing. Cause I'm like, they just don't even, a lot of them don't understand what they're doing is dumb, or either they just think they're smarter than you and know that they can handle this situation, knowing that we done went through these situations. We done lived a decent amount of life. I ain't saying like we the old heads yet. We ain't made it to the old head crowd yet. But we done lived a decent amount of life, and we probably done did majority of the things that they done did, and we know the good and the bad that comes from all of that. And we trying to impart information to them, like, look, bro, I don't want you to go through what the fuck I went through. So don't put yourself in that position. But it's a little, man, it's just suspicious out there in Mississippi with that one. Like, it can't nobody deny there ain't no type of suspicion with this. Like, ain't nobody asking questions. Like, really, I like all these white folks that come out and trying to argue against it. He just drowned, y'all making it racist and all this shit. I'm like y'all really telling me that nothing going on right now looks suspicious. Like, you don't
The
look me in my eyes and not blink.
Nah, that is suspicious. Here's another one. Here's another one. I drove through Ohio to get to Indiana. I'm pretty sure Alexis knows this route. You got to drive through Ohio to Indiana to get to Illinois, and so sometimes you have to stop for gas, right? And for some, I stopped in Gary, Indiana, and I've seen what they say about Gary, Indiana is real. Bulletproof vests, bulletproof windows in gas stations, all kind of shit. Gary, Indiana is rough. I felt more safe in Gary, Indiana than I do in some of these white hickory towns that you have to stop in sometimes, Duck Dynasty types.
Yeah.
That is,
Backwood towns.
yeah. Does that sound fucking crazy to you, or
No,
does that?
no,
Why do I feel more?
Dude, I feel the same way.
I feel more safe in that bulletproof windows, Gary, Indiana, than I did in any other town that I stopped to get gas, especially in fucking these hick towns in Ohio, bro. These Duck Dynasty towns in Ohio. One time it was late night and I had to stop and I was like in the middle of nowhere, don't know where the fuck I'm at. I'm like getting gas. I'm like, please let me just get the fuck out of here. And drove off. I don't stick around for nothing. I just feel 1956 all over. Like that's how I feel. I feel like I'm going to be a victim. And especially how the whites hate Hispanics now. So it's like it's our turn now, I guess. And so I'm quick to get the fuck out of there. But in Gary,
No, think
Indiana,
about the crazy part of what you're saying. Like, think about, and that's what I say. Like, to be racist and these people that are on that type of time, and hating these folk, hating different people, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, whatever the fuck they hating that they Arabs, fucking they live in these small towns where ain't nothing but white people there, and they have this great fear of people that they don't see, they don't interact with, but they have that fear, and you know that these motherfuckers act on that shit. That's why we have a thing called sundown towns. Right. Them motherfuckers, sun go down, you better get the fuck out of town. We literally had a sundown town out here in Alabama, where they're trying to advocate, like, oh, we're not that bad anymore. Come to our Christmas celebration. I say, nigga, what? Bitch, y'all used to hang people from trees like not even 10 years ago, bro. Like, I understand what you're talking about with being cautious like that. Like, you should be, like, because it's irrational already for these people to even feel the way they feel. They don't interact with Hispanics. They don't interact with black people. They don't interact with Asian folks. They don't interact with Arab people or the Muslims, as they like to call it, because, they just say Muslims. Like, white people can't be Muslims. But they don't interact with these people, but they have this great fear. And it's like the fear causes you to do violence. How are you afraid of something, but you attack it? It's usually when people are afraid of something, they usually get away from it. That's what be tripping me out with the Karens and shit. Oh, I'm so afraid you're a black man approaching a white woman. Why the fuck are you still standing here? You so afraid, bitch, run. Like, I be tripping on that shit. They claim they so afraid of us and we're so violent and shit, but they be the first ones to approach a motherfucker. Like, make it make sense. I don't walk up on a goddamn fucking lion that I'm afraid of, nigga. Like, if I'm so dangerous and so violent, why would you come up in my face? Like, I'm just somebody make that make sense. Like, it makes no fucking sense. You don't approach danger. Most people have a nature to them. It's one or two. You either got fight or you got flight. And if you're afraid of something and you can't get away, that's usually when you fight. Flight is usually what most people do. They get away from danger. These motherfuckers walk up on it. According to them, it's danger. I don't think none of these people are afraid of nothing, man. I just think they spooked out and they got a lot of deep-seated hatred inside of their heart. But yeah, them small town, backcountry shits, and just like you said, all the way up there in the north, like people think that all that shit is just for the South. Like, we got to get out of that mindset in America thinking that the South is just where the races are. Bro, man, you crazy as hell. Man, take your ass to the north, take your ass on the East Coast, take your ass out west, take your ass to the Midwest. Bro, they all over America, bro. They are all over America. And people just try to put it all up from South. South just got the most egregious shit that's going on, but go to Reno. You'll see how the police treat minorities out there.
A lot of those people in the East, in the Midwest, migrated from where?
The South.
So, you know what I'm saying? Or they family migrated from there, and then they've been there for so long. Like, but yeah.
It's all over the place, man. We saw what they were talking about in Colorado. Not Colorado. Whatever the top western fucking state we got where, he had the Bundys and all them motherfuckers like blocking off, fighting, shooting with the federal government and shit.
I think it's Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming, man. Them motherfuckers, like, they be real on some crazy racist ass shit. And he's like, bro, y'all literally are closer related with Canada than y'all are with what the fuck is going on in the South, and y'all still on that shit. Say, bro, y'all, it ain't really a lot of black people that live over there anyway. So I'm like, how do y'all even feel like that? And that's what I'm saying. Like when I read the comments earlier in the news report, it was like these motherfuckers, instead of talking about this kid drowning and all the suspicion of it, they were talking about the crimes in Chicago. That's probably somebody that live in the goddamn in Idaho or some shit. Like you nowhere near there. Like why are you talking about that when we're like you talking about that underneath a post, a video of something happened to a kid in Mississippi, but you want to bring up Chicago. So I'm guessing what we need to start doing, y'all, like you got to learn the game plan. I told you I'm gonna play by the same game plan that other motherfuckers play by. And I had some black person come in the comment section. I can tell you to go fuck yourself again. Don't tell me to don't stoop to their level, bitch. I ain't on that Michelle Obama bullshit. When they go low, we go higher. Fuck that. When they go low, I go to hell on their ass. I don't know what the fuck y'all motherfuckers be on. That's why y'all ass sitting in the situation that you're in right now, getting beat up on. You a living punching bag. Fuck no. When they go low, bitch, I'm gonna play the same game they play. And we need to start doing that shit. So when something happens to some white folks, like, look, motherfucker gonna sit over here and be like, well, you know, there's nothing to see here.
But why is that their go-to? Every time you say, oh, you know, la. Let's say white people were caught, you know, running over people in cars, like whatever, right? And they kill like 10 people. They go, well, this isn't as crazy as Chicago. Like, what the fuck? What does the fuck does Chicago have to do with you running that white man running over 10 people in fucking South Carolina or some shit?
And dude, we had a mass shooting the other day, and them motherfuckers ain't talking about it, but they want to talk about Chicago. The shit that trips me out is like it's the same game plan that's been ran for a long time, and I really want a lot of people to wake up to it. It's like it's just deflection at its finest. Like their communities do, like they talk about the crime in Chicago. It's like, but what's the national crime about y'all touching kids? Like y'all want to keep talking about motherfuckers shooting each other. Y'all don't make it make sense. I want y'all to really understand the logic of this because it shows you how devilish these motherfuckers is. They don't like black people. They wish black people were not here anymore. So in their pursuit of talking shit about black people, they will use black people deleting other black people as an argument to distract away from them doing all the things that they do. Like y'all touching kids. Y'all got y'all fellow neighbors, y'all fellow friends, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles touching on little girls and little boys. But y'all would rather not talk about that. Y'all rather talk about some shit happening in Chicago. But y'all don't like the black people. Y'all should be applauding them in Chicago. Y'all don't want black people here. So black people killing black people mean there's less black people. You got one nigga that's gonna be dead and another nigga that's gonna be in jail. Y'all should be happy about that. No, y'all just want to use it to talk shit about why y'all still over here touching these kids. And it's not just the white men touching them kids. I'm sorry, white ladies, y'all involved too, because y'all be touching these kids too.
Don't forget eating. They eat white people, other people.
They used to have cookbooks. For the people that don't know, they used to have cookbooks on how to cook a nigga.
Is that what it is? Is they can't eat y'all no more? I'm sorry, that's so fucked up.
Like, it is what it is, though. That's what they used to do.
Is that why
Like,
they're
that's what
so
they used to
mad?
do.
Y'all were so delicious to them, I guess.
They ate their own. They ate their own and decided that black people taste better.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Is that what it is?
the first colonies on this continent that we live in right now, this country that we live in right now, the first colony, they almost starved to death. They started eating. They resorted to cannibalism.
This is
But
why
then they
I
realized
hate
that
my
black people taste better.
ancestors. This is
Say
why I
again?
hate my ancestors to the north. I hate the indigenous people
Don't say
that
hate. Just say highly dislike.
well, I really dislike them for showing them how to feed themselves. They should have kept eating themselves until they couldn't come over here no more. And then, you know,
Hey, that's some crazy ass shit, okay? I was waiting for you to say something else. That's some crazy ass shit. But I
then
agree.
I'm sorry, the indigenous. Well, look what happened to those indigenous people, bro. I mean, even
No,
if
look, wait. Because you talking about feeding, they also taught them how to take care of themselves while they was over there. Watch your stinking ass. Take care of
and that
yourself.
and that's if the indigenous people is my people, because supposedly there's a rumor that it's y'all, y'all the original people from here. that's if my people really are the people from here. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are Aboriginal, I heard that was a rumor that was going on.
I mean, hindsight is 2020, man. I think a lot of people looking at what their ancestors did in the past would want to change things. And see, that's the crazy thing, because like we can speak about that about our people. Okay, our ancestors, we can admit our ancestors probably should have did something a little different. They don't say that about their ancestors. Like we can say the Native Americans, the Hispanics, and the blacks that were already here, because it's already been proven that they've been here. They were here before the white settlers got here. We had already had trade routes and all that shit done. We didn't cover that years ago. So I'm like, all the people that want to sit here and act like, oh no, Christopher Columbus was the first one to sail across the seas. Like, no, he wasn't. And then on top of that, he didn't even land here, motherfucker. Why y'all still celebrating that goddamn fucking holiday? But it's like
that lie.
yeah,
Just tell it what it is. That lie.
And he was a toucher. He was a grabber.
He was a grabber. He was an enslaver. He was a bad person. He was an evil human being by today's standards. And people want to say things were different back then. Who gives a fuck? Right was right and wrong was wrong. People knew what the fuck they were doing during that time. Yeah, it was just acceptable, but it was still wrong. We all know that. But
he was a grabber.
Yeah, he was definitely a grabber. He'd grab somebody. He'd grab you, put you in chains, then you come over here. I grab you. I take your pussy. He'd grab a lot of things.
I'm referring to the movie The Black Phone, the grabber. You know how the grabber.
Oh my god!
He was He was a PDF. He was straight up PDF. He was crazy. He was touching little kids.
That runs in their thing though. That's part of their culture.
I hate that I have that in my fucking system, bro. Like that is the one thing I hate.
And like, I got a little white in me. If you knew my last name, you'd be like, yeah, you got a little white in you. Your family definitely came from some slave owners. Because you know they used to always get the slave master's last name. That's how the slaves got their last name. If you knew my last name, you'd be like, yeah, nigga, you definitely come from some slaves. I got one of the biggest slave names, like the most obvious slave name in the world.
I don't want to guess it, but I believe you.
I write it in the private chats because I ain't gonna tell everybody.
I believe you.
But now, like, if our ancestors could have had hindsight and it would have been 2020, like a lot of the things that they did, they wouldn't have did. They wouldn't have did it. Like you said, the Native Americans teaching the people how to till the land, how to actually survive. I think if they knew how it was going to turn out, they wouldn't have did it.
Hell no! I mean, come on. They
like the blacks that
committed
built
genocide.
Rome and shit. Yeah, the Moors that helped build Rome and shit. They wouldn't have taught white people how to survive and how to build societies, how to wash their ass and shit. They wouldn't have taught them that because they would see what the result of that looks like. And it's like world domination. Like I literally covered a video. I think the dude was talking about like there's 190 something nations in the world, countries in the world, and Europeans have conquered all but 3 of them. White people have conquered all but 3 of them.
And
they waged war and so.
I need to know the 3.
I know. I would have to look at it. He didn't say in the video either. I was like, I'm gonna Google that shit.
187. What is that? Like 90? Like that's like a fucking 40.
It's like 98%, 98, 99% of the fucking world.
Oh my god!
And it's like, and right now you literally have pastors in this country that are literally advocating and preaching in the pulpit that colonialism was a good thing. And it's like, bitch, colonialism is something completely different. Like, because the lady had to break it down in the video that I saw where they were doing a comparison. It's like conquering a group of people and colonizing their ass. The difference between the two, because a lot of people will look at that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask both of y'all, what's the difference between colonizing the people and conquering the people?
Nothing to me. They sound the same.
Okay, Alexis, anything? Give me a guess real quick, like, because I'm explaining the difference, and that's crazy. It opened my eyes when I heard it. Or do we even have Alexis? She ain't here. She keep walking away.
No, but but look, check this out. Check this out before you. The Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Incas had so much gold that when the Spaniards came over here and found out about it, they were like amazed that we just use gold like people use fucking water in America now. Because it's like we had so much of it. They stole our shit and they gave us some disease that destroyed all of us. I don't know what the fuck they gave us. And also And yeah, that's how healthy we were, I guess. I don't know. We couldn't fight
You
back
weren't
against
used
the
to
shit.
you weren't used to the goddamn harsh conditions that they came from, man. The motherfuckers was
You mean
walking around.
fucking pigs? Is that what you're talking about when they
Yes,
got
yes, all that shit, man. The
fucking
motherfuckers was some
sheep?
sick ass, nasty ass people, bro. Motherfucker had to
Fucking
teach them how
sheep?
to bathe. Fucking goats. They be talking about the Muslims fucking goats. Like, bitch, y'all you fuck pigs and dogs and cats. Like, they literally on a lot of these X-rated sites, they still got videos of white women getting smashed by their dog.
I'm trying to figure this shit out. What fucking disease? And for some reason, y'all didn't get the disease because remember, y'all
We
lived
had the
among
highest
them.
immune system. We had the highest. We're version 1.
That's why I was like, damn, y'all people strong as fuck because my people wasn't. We caught that shit and most of our population died.
Y'all like version 2, 3, whatever. Y'all part of the 12 tribes of Israel, so. But we're version 1. We're the original human being. Even they science proves that, and they get mad about that shit when motherfuckers bring it up. But I'm like, nigga, we're version 1. Ain't nothing changed about us. We ain't mutated to nothing.
These sheep pig fuckers came over to our land, gave us the code or whatever, and we all died. It took us forever, ever. I'm talking like generations.
Try to rebuild goddamn your population.
And then they conquered us or colonized us, whichever you want to talk about. And they brought African slaves with them. And this is why there's a bunch of this is why the Hispanic culture has this mixed look. And that's what it is.
And it's white. It's for the lighter skin. Like the colorism is really strong in Espanol.
Hell yeah! Have you seen what Argentina does to their fucking people?
Yeah,
I'm
they
fucking
don't play.
shocked.
They're a sub fucking group. They're a second class citizen in their own country where they're native to. But the people that have lighter skin who aren't, or descendants of people who aren't, are treated way better. It's the same thing in America, but the difference between the conquered and the colonized is like when nations historically, and I think all of y'all, once I say it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But historically, nations would conquer other nations. Like, the king or the pharaoh, whoever the fuck, would have his army go in and fight the other army. And whichever army lost, like those people would go underneath the rule of the new king or whatever the fuck. They didn't enslave them like that. They didn't beat the shit out of them. They made them like transition into being a part of their society. In colonialism, them bitches just go and colonize motherfuckers and they enslave people. Like, you didn't become a part of the country. You didn't become a part of that nation. Man, like America's a prime example of that because think about it. They took black people. They took Native Americans. What did they do to the Native Americans? They subjugated them. The Trail of Tears. Goddamn, all these goddamn fucking reservations that they put them on, that they took and then gave them another one and took and then gave them another one and took it again. It's like black people, they enslaved them for hundreds of years and shit. There's a difference between conquering somebody because a lot of people, the women that used to be a part of one tribe or one nation that got conquered, they would marry the men of the other goddamn army, the army that came in, the other nation. They would have kids together. They like even with the Egyptians, like they talk about the slavery in Egypt. Slavery in Egypt wasn't nowhere near on the level of the slavery in America because these slaves could actually get out of fucking slavery. Like, remember, like when they even tell the story about Noah in the Bible, the motherfuckers just wanted to leave. It's like it wasn't like they were held there with no regard. Like Noah went to the Pharaoh and said, "Hey man, let us go," and then the Pharaoh let them go.
Moses, Noah is
Moses.
My fault.
Moses. I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know why the fuck I said no. But Moses, it's like he went and talked to the Pharaoh, like it's documented in the book. He went and talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, y'all can leave now." He did change his mind later and try to hunt them motherfuckers down. But it ain't like they were just in bondage and chains like these motherfuckers did in America. It wasn't none of that nonsense. Like conquered and colonizing are two different things. When they colonize these people, they take everything and anything of them. Fucking when they conquered people, like, yeah, we won this fight and now we're the rulers, so y'all just gotta abide by our rules and just y'all average day citizens, you can work your way up if you need to or some shit, but we run this shit now. Colonizing, man, it's like, nigga, nah, bro, this is it. The bugs. Y'all gonna forever be goddamn nothing in our eyes. I don't know, man. But to get back to the main topic, back to the main story, and I'm gonna get y'all final thoughts on it, man. It just seems suspicious what happened out there in Mississippi, y'all. And people are asking questions, and I don't think it's outrageous for people to ask these questions, especially seeing how people that are involved or are people of interest are moving. That's my personal thought, but can you give me your thoughts on it real quick? Like, final thoughts, man. Sign off. Or did we lose Uncanny? Did we lose Uncanny and Alexis? This is terrible.
No, I'm still here.
All right, Alexis, give me your final thoughts, man, about this Mississippi thing. Because, like, we're getting more and more information, and, I'm going to stay on top of it the more and more stuff come out. But, yeah, give me your thoughts on it right now.
My thoughts as of right now is that I want justice for everybody black. Okay? I want justice for everybody black. If them boys did something to that boy, they need to get locked up. If their parents got anything involved with it, they need to get locked up. I would also press that us as people who are black and people of color have to really start standing up for this, because it's only but so long before they're already turning on y'all. Don't get it twisted like y'all are like the special ones. They're already turning on y'all. And
that minority shit went out the window.
Yes, and once if it gets to a point to where they feel like, oh well, we got the ninjas under check, who you think they're gonna turn on next?
They need a bigger man. They do need a boogeyman at all times.
And it's not even just like thinking of the white man as the boogeyman, but the system. They ain't never like.
No, I'm saying the white man. I'm saying the white man needs a boogeyman. They need somebody to hate. They can't just be peaceful. They need somebody.
They can't. But because we have always been their target, and we've been the target because they're actually afraid of us. Because if they wasn't, then they wouldn't have to put in systems to make it be what it was back in the day. Because it's still to some extent, even if we get all these stuff that they, affirmative action, even though they done knocked that down, and was it the 14th Amendment
they put in place benefited everybody else besides us.
Besides us, so
it's like they intimidated.
Yeah, so it just is what it is, and we can't be naive enough to try to act like it's not what it ain't. Like,
so gotta be all y'all white folks when she say this shit. We ain't talking about all of y'all, but the powers that be, the ones who run shit and make decisions, they're intimidated. That's why they
but
do what they
if
do.
you sit there and you let this stuff happen, you're part of the problem too.
Yeah, you definitely are. You co-signing.
So I mean, it just is what it is. And at the end of the day, before my final thought is not to encourage people of another race or try to get them to stop. Is to encourage my race to stand up, to feed our children something else to be great in, other than sports and all this other stuff. Feed our children to be great so they can be doctors, so they can be psychiatrists, so they can be builders, so they can be all this other things that they're making their children to where they can be in power. We need to do the same with ours.
Yep.
And that's my final thought.
I feel you on that, and I appreciate that. And that's I second that. Like, for real, man. Like, start raising y'all kids, like, because everybody ain't going to the NBA, everybody ain't going to Major League Baseball, fucking the NFL, all this shit. Ain't nobody gonna do that. We need lawyers, we need doctors, we need businessmen, we need fucking accountants, we need all this shit. And whatever path that might take you on, when it comes to your kid, you need to push them to do that. Like, we need that. We need to have people in these parts of society that keep society going. But yeah, look, man, it's just suspicious. It's very suspicious, and we just want some answers. That's all that the black community is asking for. We just asking for answers. We ain't on no fucking conspiracy theory by saying this shit is not looking right. Some seems to be up. Scooby-Doo. We need to call Scooby-Doo in to help with this right here, because y'all motherfuckers trying to act like, yeah, you just drown, that's it, and just move on. Like, y'all don't do that when it comes to your own people.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Jay. I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead.
Now, I'm just going to say this stuff, has me rethinking how I put my children out in the world and their friends and stuff like that. Because I told you, I'm in a predominantly white community out here in Texas. And I don't give a fuck if they feel like, why are you teaching now? Because because it only take what they say. It only take a few bad apples to ruin the bunch. It don't take the whole one. It takes a few. And I'm looking at these young, intelligent, talented Black boys who are going down in these. As far as if you're going to jail or if your life is being taken, man, as a mother who has a Black son, has a Black daughter, because my Black daughter ain't far removed from these type of situations either.
Right.
And the fact that I'm over here, like, it is what it is, baby. Look, I'm gonna tell you this real quick. So, Trey was talking to his dad, and he was talking about he talked about how they were talking about superheroes and stuff. And he was like, well, who is your arch nemesis? And he said, white people. I said, oh shit.
At least he already know.
So look, he wanted to take him and give him the talk, like, I don't want you thinking like that, and da. And me and Zara at the bathroom, and Zara was like, what'd he say? And I told her, he said white people, and she was like, well, he ain't wrong. Look.
And that's why I say these kids ain't dumb.
They ain't stupid.
And that's why I don't think a kid would just jump into some goddamn water knowing he can't swim.
Hello. Look, go ahead, my bad. It just had me thinking, like, even the fact that my children are conscious of it. Like, he still have friends that he play with and that are, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, hey.
Keep your eye open. You gotta always keep your goddamn eye open. And it's crazy that I know that some folks of that community would come over here and be like, oh, see, they're pushing hate and shit. Y'all know getting goddamn well that's what happens in y'all household. Y'all talk about Black people like that. But it's not based off of any evidence or anything like that. Like, what we're talking about is like literally based off of fucking past history
and present
history. Present history. So it's like, don't feel like, now we not pushing that. We just saying, like, understand who the fuck you're around, and that's what you should say to any of your kids, whether you Black, white, Asian, whatever the fuck.
Regardless, know
who your kid, be aware of who the fuck you're around, and move accordingly when you're around certain people, because certain people do certain things. It is what it is. Ain't that what y'all push? Black people are just so into criminality. Okay, well, guess what? White people do certain things too.
And they do it to each other. You know, I remember, didn't you cover that one case before with that girl? Like, she was when she did something, like she was mad at her boyfriend or something, and she was speeding in the car, and he failed, and he killed him. Not he killed himself, but he died in the car that she was like speeding in or something.
Yeah, she intentionally crashed the goddamn car.
Yeah.
That Kevin Hart shit. I'm gonna kill us.
Yeah. So hold up. So you want me to not protect my children from y'all crazy asses when y'all do it to yourselves? And weren't they young too? They were like high school age, wasn't they?
They weren't old at all.
Yeah.
Neither one of them.
My bad, Jay. I keep cutting you out. You keep driving, buddy.
Nah, you good. But like, I just wanna, like, people just be mindful of the shit. Like, just really look at this shit. Like, all people are asking for when it comes to this case, like, look, we just want some more information. Like, we want to know what's going on. We want to make sure that the investigation is done right. And this is like the considerate, centered, rational argument from the Black side. We just want to get answers about what happened. That's all motherfuckers asking for. Have an actual thorough, fair investigation to figure out if there is foul play. Please fucking investigate that. If it's nothing, then perfectly fine. But it looks suspicious when people are moving a certain type of way. And for the group of people who always want to say, don't rush to judgment, wait for the information to come out. It really is a lot of motherfuckers on y'all side who say that are automatically coming in saying, nah, he just drowned. So understand that we see the hypocrisy. We see it. And you can get in your feelings all goddamn day long about getting called out for it. Because, you know, I always say racists argue like bitches. Reasoning and logic don't play a part in nothing that they saying. It's just how they feel. We're not listening to y'all. We're going to keep pushing. Obviously, the family is putting in people that are actually known for digging up answers and getting something done. And I just want to see the outcome of it. Whether it is that it was just some accidental shit, okay, we can take that. But if something else happened, we need them wheels of justice that y'all love to get spinning when there's a black person doing something. We need them bitches to spin too when y'all do something too. Because we know we live in a two-tiered justice system. I remember I covered a video the other day, had that white dude on there talking about it's a two-tiered justice system and it's against white people. I was like, really? So you telling me white men set up a system that's ran by white people and white people are discriminating against other white people?
Look, where they at? Let me go holler at them. Where they at?
Like, what state, what city, what locale? Can y'all give me a GPS to that shit? I don't even
I
need
got
to
some
ask
stuff I want to add. Let me start.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully we'll get some more information. The more that comes out, y'all, I'm gonna stay on top of this one because like it's just been so much, at least this year when it comes to like black folks getting fucked up. And we are gonna do a comeback update on the Carmelo stuff because they actually filed for appeal and stuff in his case, and we're gonna see what the hell comes from that. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on top of this one, y'all. We're gonna be back here talking about this one again because it is very mysterious about what happened, and a lot of this shit just don't seem right. And I'm gonna be here to cover it. But for all of y'all that tune in, man, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all, if y'all didn't, hit that like, subscribe, share, turn notifications on, all that in the bag of chips. Y'all see the 3 channels down below. If y'all ain't subbed up, followed, or whatever the fuck on, because yeah, we on TikTok too, y'all. Go on over there and support your boy. We trying to do it up. We gonna keep bringing this shit to you. But as for now, about to get the fuck up out of here. Appreciate Alexis and Kenny coming up here. That was always great. Alexis, anything real quick?
Hey, sub up, y'all. Let's get this going for the channel, man. Sub up.
All right, y'all heard that shit here first, and we're gonna catch y'all motherfuckers in the next one as always, man. Peace.